high 11 Ks and no walks. How'd you feel out there, Ross?
Felt pretty good from the beginning, really working on the fastball in and out. They were aggressive early, so once we saw that, we kind of went to breaking balls early and kind of pitched backwards a little bit, and it really worked.
Daryl and I were looking through Baseball Reference, and we couldn't go back as far into the minor league days because they don't have a ton of the game logs. But is that a career high in strikeouts with 11 in pro ball?
I don't know. It could be. It's definitely up there. It's in the top few. If it's not, I don't know. But the 0 walks is really kind of what I'm keying in on right now.
So again, 11 strikeouts, 0 walks, and you went 7 1/3 innings, your longest start this season. How'd you feel as the game progressed?
Oh, it felt pretty good. It was it's starting to heat up out here, and it was pretty humid, and I kind of like that. It keeps you loose. Earlier in the season when it was cold, you kind of had to keep moving around, keep stretching to stay warm. But I think that helped me out a lot yesterday.
How about finally getting a start where you didn't have to deal with rain or the tarp coming on and off the field?
It actually did rain in that 3rd inning yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I mean, not as much.
But they didn't have to pull the tarp. So it's 5 out of 6 starts this year. It's had at least a little rain in it, and they're calling me Rain Man now.
Was it nice also not having to pitch game 1 or 2 of a doubleheader?
Since we've had all the rain, I've had a lot of doubleheaders, and it's definitely different. I don't know if I've maybe thrown 1 or 2 in my whole career, and now I've had 3 or 4 of them here. So it's nice to have a regular routine day, and like I said, the tarp didn't have to come on, and started a normal 6:30 start.
Two starts ago, you had Tyler Clark behind the plate. Last night, Luis Cruz. What was the game plan with Luis, and did you guys talk in between innings about what was going on the mound?
Yeah, I'm actually added a new pitch 2 starts ago, and just throwing it a few times when I'm way ahead in the count. So we talked about when to work that in and really how to use it. But other than that, we sat down, especially after the 1st and 2nd inning, and we were talking about how aggressive they were and how we wanted to start pitching backwards a little bit and try to not just have them feed off fastballs.
Looked like all your pitches were working. Which ones felt the best?
Really fastball in and out, and then once we brought the curveball around, that helped a lot. I threw a few changeups yesterday, not many at all. I don't think that was really working very well, but we didn't have to use it.
Velocity was up a little bit last night, hit 94 a few times. Is that just a product of being deeper in the season now and getting more work in?
Yeah, the arm strength is coming around and it's starting to warm up a little bit, and everything helps. Between starts, the long toss program, everything catches up finally. Since this league, you don't really have much of a spring training to build up. It's really built up now.
How'd that standing ovation feel coming off the mound?
It's been a little while since I've had one, so that was pretty nice. We had a great crowd last night, and nothing feels better than coming off the field like that and getting a standing ovation.
You've pitched now here at People's Bank Park a few times. Overall, throughout the season, what's your opinion on the crowd here, the atmosphere at the bank?
Oh, it's been great. It's like I said, yesterday they came out and it was fun. They really get into they have their own cheers and they really get into the games, and it makes it a lot of fun. It's a good atmosphere.
The bullpen got the final 5 outs for you last night, but do you have a complete game matching Groats here in a couple weeks or so?
We'll see what happens.
Well, Ross, I appreciate the time and continue success. Enjoy the day off in the dugout.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ross Detwiler last night, the 11 strikeouts, no walks for the team. 15 strikeouts, no walks. 3rd time in Revs history that they've had such a game. First time in almost exactly 11 years. It was May of the first season. Nobody saw it. It was against the Road Warriors in Camden, and they did it twice that May with 15 strikeouts or more and no walks in a game. But Detwiler certainly starring last night, earning his 3rd win. We'll take a break pregame. We'll get Mesa's thoughts on the performance coming up. The Broadway Transmission Manager's Report is next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Nitro Circus presents the Next Level Tour. In 2018, we're stepping things up a notch and taking the world's biggest ramps on the road. These are the ramps that have only been seen at Travis Pastrana's house and the Nitro World Games. And now they're coming to you. So come check it out, York. This tour is too big for indoors. This tour is next level. Coming to People's Bank Park on Friday, June 15th. Tickets on sale now through nitrocircus.com.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mason, tremendous win again last night, three in a row, and it all started with Ross Detwiler. Really had everything working, and obviously the results would bear that out.
No, he was really good last night, and I know he gave up a 2-run homer, to Rivera, but we know Chris. He played for us. I'm not really sure how he got to that ball. That was a pretty high fastball right there. But anyways, other than that, I mean, he was really spot on. His fastball had great velocity, and he had really good command of his second pitches. So. That's the deepest he's gone in a game for us this year. I think that might have been the highest pitch count total as well. So, just a really good job for him. And it usually rains when he pitches, and it looked like rain, but we didn't get it. So, so I'm happy for him. He had a really good night.
I'm sure as a guy that's been to where he's been in this game, he probably expects almost himself to be perfect. I'm sure he expects the most of himself, but when he gave up that home run, I mean, it really bounced back and allowed nothing else the rest of the night, and that's also the sign of a veteran too, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, that was a really tough pitch that Chris got a hold of, and but I mean, like you said, a veteran guy. He came right back. Next pitch is a strike, and he came in the dugout and he just kind of was laughing. He was like, that was I'm not really sure how he got to that, but got to that ball. But but I mean, those things happen. That's part of baseball. But he didn't lose any composure, which he's not going to. He just kept his nose to the grindstone and just kept going after him. And I thought he even did a better job with sequencing pitches after that. After that 2-run homer. So. He started mixing in that off speed a little more, and he was getting really good results with that.
His last pitch of the night was 91. He had some 93s and 94s throughout the night. You think you have the best left-hand starter in the league?
Oh, I do. I've said that from the beginning, and I mean, just the eye test, and I mean, he's not a max effort guy. It's almost effortless watching him throw the ball, and when you look at his delivery and his mechanics, and you look at the radar gun, it's like, wow, the ball really comes out nice and easy, and he has a lot of movement on the ball too. So. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty fortunate to have right now the starting pitching that we have. We have a lot of guys that are going good, and I think we have 4 of our guys are in the top 10, right, in the league. I mean, that's pretty good right there. So, I mean, and hopefully the guys just stay with it, and just keep doing what makes you successful, and go from there.
As far as the offense goes, another productive night, and you had to, I guess, expect a few days with some of these new guys coming in to get their timing and everything, but a lot of these guys now are hot, and Detwiler and Mesa in particular here recently. Has that been one of the biggest things in getting this entire lineup clicking, do you think?
I think so, and I think hitting breeds more hitting. We have some guys getting hot. We've had double-digit hit totals now, like, 4 or 5 games in a row, whatever it's been, and so hitting is contagious. These sayings have been around for a long time for a reason. They've been around way longer than me, and I've been around a long time. But they, there is it's something about an approach. It's something about, watching guys hit that gives other guys confidence that they can hit. And, it's just weird the way it works out that way. But as usual, if we get behind, we battle back. That's one of the things that we've always been able to do here. No matter what year it's been, we usually battle back. And right now we have some guys that are swinging a bat much better than they were earlier, and we're getting more consistent work and more consistent game time, and I think all those things make a difference.
You've got Ruby back in the infield at second today, but the previous 2 days center and then right last night. What have you learned about his versatility defensively, even in this last week, seeing him in different positions for the first time?
Well, I talked to him about that, and he told me, he's like, Mace, if you can play any outfield, you can play anywhere out there. Like, it doesn't matter left, center, right. If you can play in the outfield, you can play there, and that's the way he approaches it. He has great speed, so he can cover a lot of ground out there, and he gives us the versatility. He can come in and play second base, and we can get Lexi out of there on a day game, and and Ruby's swinging the bat a lot better right now, so his approaches are better. It's just we talked about that at the beginning when guys were struggling, and it wasn't only him. We had a bunch of guys that were struggling, and it's like, during the course of the season, you have the 0 for 10s and 1 for 15s and whatever, and when you start the season that way and you look at your batting average, you start to press. Now the averages are coming up, and now the at-bats are we have accumulated some at-bats now, so 1 or 2 bad at-bats really doesn't affect you as much as it does when you only have 20 at-bats. So I think the guys are starting to relax now a little bit more and have a better approach at the plate.
Lastly, you've got Mitch Atkins today, and a frustrating outing as last time, but I think you saw some positives, right? And his stuff looked pretty good over there in Lancaster. Yeah,
that's a tough game. That's a tough game to judge. He gave up one hard hit ball. They hit a home run. They pulled the home run down the left field line. And most of the other stuff he gave up was little soft line drive base hits towards center field and a lot of ground balls. And we produced 4 unearned runs that game, and especially that one inning, which adds on to the pitch count. And when a pitcher's out there, it doesn't matter who it is, a starter, reliever. When you're out there into 20-some pitches in an inning, pushing 30 pitches, just bad stuff happens. It just does, because you can't. It's hard to focus that way, and you start to think like, okay, we made an error. I make a good pitch, we make another error, and next thing you know, you're giving that team, 5 outs, 6 outs in that inning, and, we should have been out of there with maybe 1 or 2 runs, and that should have been it, and instead they got 6, and, and then the night's over for him. So, I thought he threw the ball much better than the results, and I'll be interested to see how he comes in today.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Yep, thanks.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Starting lineups for today's game brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Road Warriors, Osvaldo Martinez leads off at shortstop. Melvin Rodriguez, second baseman, bats second. Gustavo Pierre at third base will hit third. Cleanup hitter is Jorge Fernandez in right field. Geraldo Valentin at first base, bats fifth. Isaac Wenrick will do the catching and hit sixth. Alfredo Silverio, the DH, is batting seventh. Matt Hibbert in center field will hit eighth, and rounding it out in left field is Anthony Ray. Again, Martinez, Rodriguez, Pierre, Fernandez, Valentin, Wenrick, Silverio, Hibbert, and Ray, with lefty Giovanni Soto making the start, 1-1 with a 4.13 ERA. The Revs will face him for the first time this season. On York's side of things, Revs will have Jared Mitchell in right field leading off. Wellington Dotel, the left fielder, bats second. Zach Wilson at third base is hitting third. Melky Mesa, the DH, will bat cleanup. Jose Cuevas, shortstop, hitting fifth. Michael Burgess at first base, bats sixth against the lefty. Travis Witherspoon in center will hit seventh. Hitting eighth at second base is Ruby Silva. And Tyler Clark will do the catching and bat ninth. Again, Mitchell, Dotel, Wilson, Mesa, Cuevas, Burgess, Witherspoon, Silva, and Clark, with Mitch Atkins making the start. We'll have some salute to Veterans Day ceremonies here, and we will listen in on those here at People's Bank Park.
By the Dallastown Marine Corps' JROTC. Please remain standing through the national anthem and a rifle salute and performance of taps by the York County Veterans Honor Guard. And then please remain standing until the colors have left the field. Joining the Revolution and Road Warriors on the field are members of today's Field of Dreams team from Zion's View Athletic Association Boys and Girls Club. And now, please welcome the St. Joseph of York Band for the performance of our national anthem.
And as the colors are marched off,
Thank you.
fine job by all of our groups participating in today's pregame ceremonies here on this Salute to Veterans Day, Memorial Day weekend here at Peoples Bank Park. Sometimes in the minor leagues you have off on the holiday itself, so we honor the veterans here today on this Sunday before. And the Revs have taken the field and getting set to go as Mitch Atkins will begin his warm-ups on the game mound here today. Due for a win. He's had a couple of good starts, one in particular at Southern Maryland that was impeccable, but he's had some poor luck as well. Threw the ball pretty well in Lancaster last time out and just did not get the results to show for it. So he will be the one here trying to complete a 3-game sweep for the Revs today. It was 4 years ago on Memorial Day weekend that the Revs swept Lancaster in 5 games. They had just gotten back from Sugar Land. It's always tough to play right away after that long travel, but they did not miss a beat, swept Lancaster in 5. Meanwhile, here this season, the Revs, who had that huge win on Thursday in Lancaster, had they lost, they would have been 8 back, got the win to move within 6. And here this weekend, they're going for a sweep against the Road Warriors. Meanwhile, Lancaster has lost their first 2 at Southern Maryland. And with 58 games still remaining, actually 59 still remaining in the first half, the Revs are back within 4. They are right back in it. And some were wondering, I'm sure, after they dropped the first 2 in Lancaster earlier this week. Atkins coming in 0-3, an 8.02 ERA in 5 starts. But a lot of the damage was done in 1 outing early in the year. And certainly with only 5 starts under his belt, it will take some time to bring that ERA down. He'll look to work on that here today, and only 7 walks in his 5 starts, 12 strikeouts. A lot of his best work is when he's getting quick outs. And he will face Osvaldo Martinez up first to lead things off here today. Revs are in the home whites. They are wearing Salute to Veterans hats today. Road Warriors in the gray, and our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is across for a strike. We are underway. 84 degrees here with some sun forcing through a gray cloud layer. 109 is our official first pitch. The 0-1, and it misses off the plate away. Martinez hitting at 219. The Revs have held him to just 3 hits in 20 at-bats. Atkins grips it, the 1-1, and a swing and a dribbler to second base. First chance for Silva, gloves it, throws to first, 1 down. He kind of had his body facing Burgess so that he could feel that and get into a smoother throwing motion, already sort of facing first base, and smoothly handled by Ruby to start the day.
That's what Mitch needs, quick outs, softly hit balls, and in his best start of the year against Southern Maryland, he did that. He got quick outs, he got soft outs, and he worked really well with Tyler Clark in that game, and he has Tyler Clark back behind the plate with him today.
Here's Melvin Rodriguez, the 2-hole hitter. First pitch is taken down low. The Salute to Veterans hats, white in the front, camo in back. Rodriguez hitting .245, a home run, and 4 driven in. Left-hand hitting infielder. Pitch to him. It's right down the middle for a strike. Tim McCaffrey, the balls and strikes today. Joe Del Balso at first. Scott Hart at third. Thought he had a pretty good plate game last night. First time we'd seen him. Now Atkins deals. And a changeup missing in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. This will be the first time that he faces the Road Warriors. And for Soto, the first time that he will face York. Atkins ready, kicks, delivers, and a called strike. A cutter that clipped the outside corner, 2-2. Good location there, 89 on the board. And back to even it up. Looks into Clark, has his sign, the 2-2. Breaking ball pulled on the ground at second. Silva spears it, spins, throws, got him. 2 up, 2 down. And Ruby Silva with a fine play, ranging way out to his left and into right field to make it.
Ruby's become a super utility guy for this team. Over the last week, he's played in a different position every day, it seems like. But second's a position he's very comfortable with. He's played that a lot throughout his career, and he's smooth to his left right there.
Revs 13-11 coming in today, winners of 3 straight, their second 3-game win streak of the year. Road Warriors 6-21, they've dropped 3 straight. Here's Gustavo Pierre, and he swings and pops it up. Shallow center, the middle infielders are both out. Silva's going to call, and he will handle all of them in a 1-2-3 first inning, a towering pop-up. But Silva handles all 3 outs, and Mitch Atkins, a fine start. Road Warriors down in order. At the end of a half inning, it's the visitors nothing. The Revs coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Well, Mitch Atkins picks up right where the boys left off last night. 1-2-3 first inning. The Revs coming in, their team ERA all the way up to a 3rd ranking in the league, 3.41. For Soto, he's ready to go for the Road Warriors. 1-1 with a 4.13 ERA in 5 starts, 24 innings, only 21 hits. Opponents 226, just 2 home runs given up, 9 walks, 27 strikeouts, which is tied for 4th most in the league. So he's done a nice job, and the Revs will get their first look at him here today. Mitchell digs in, high socks the look, and Soto ready to go as the lefty lifts and fires and misses outside. He starts sideways facing the first base dugout, and a very slow, deliberate, measured step into his windup. Not a lot of extra movement involved. Here's the 1-0. And Mitchell shows bunt. It's a called strike down in the zone, even though it bounced away off Wenrich's glove. Mitchell at 241, 3 homers, 8 knocked in. They faced a lefty in Villa last night. He had the night off. But 2 days ago, led off with a home run, his 2nd leadoff home run of the year. Now Soto the wind, the kick, the 1-1, and Mitchell lays off low. A little bit different lineup today. Casilla and Dent get the day off, but the one noticeable difference with Burgess in there against the lefty, they moved him down to the 6th spot. Mesa goes in to clean up and stacked with righties after Mitchell. The 2-1, swing, and he bounces one right side. It's through, leadoff base hit, and Mitchell starts the Revs offense with a leadoff single to right.
That'll work, and Jared Mitchell, a guy who hasn't had much success against left-handers this season, but over the past couple games he's been solid. That's a big leadoff hit, especially after Atkins throws a 1-2-3 first.
Revs as a team the last 4 games have batted .327, 11 hits or more in each of those 4. On the 3-game winning streak, they've scored 22 runs and have hit 8 home runs. Now here's Detwiler, who's hot. 9-game hitting streak, and he bluffs a bunt. Not buying that, as Soto throws over and Mitchell's back standing.
Well, not the way Wellington's hitting.
No. He is at .321 entering play today. 4 straight multi-hit games, hitting .400 the last 4 of the pitch. It misses away. He's driven in a run in each of those 4. We mentioned the 9-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in 12 of his 14 total with York. Anybody else the Skeeters don't want?
We'll take him.
There's the 1-0, and that just missed outside. I think he is, as we've said before, I think he's thrilled to be here, and he's got an immediate comfort level. And he also has known Polo for many years. Immediate comfort level with his hitting coach. He gives the signs, a throw to first, and Mitchell's back standing. I don't know that it gets talked about enough, the role that Polo has had in all his years here of helping to recruit, especially guys that he even knows from back home in the Dominican Republic, like Detwiler.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Polo and Sandy, to have both of those guys coaching the bases with so many Hispanic players here on the Revs roster, and the fact that they're in the clubhouse, these Latino players can have that comfort level, coaches from their own country.
Here's the stretch, the 2-0, Mitchell running. It's a called strike, and it's off the glove of Wenrick. Mitchell steals, dives in, but no throw as the ball bounced off to the right. It is his 8th stolen base in just 9 attempts to begin the season.
It's great to see Jared starting to run a little bit more. Had a couple steals early in the season, then a few games where he didn't try to pick up extra bases, but now that's become a regular thing this season for him, and he's done it successfully. Picks the right spots to go.
No, he's in scoring position. He had 26 and 24 steals his first 2 years here. Pitch to Detwiler, swinging a chop to third, big hop to Pierre, gloves it, looks Mitchell back, fires it across to first. Detwiler had been hitting close to 500 with men in scoring position, but Soto gets him to bounce out here. One down, and Zach Wilson will look to pick him up. No score here in the first inning. Again, Mitchell, an average of 25 steals his first 2 years, up to 8 already. And we're not even a fifth of the way into the season.
I think I'm feeling another Wilson home run today. I'm getting that vibe from him.
I like. Soto misses outside first pitch. You keep picking him because you've been right on.
Maybe not here, but it's a long day of baseball. Another left-handed pitcher on the mound. That has to feel good for Zach.
Last night blasted his 4th. It's hitting .270, 4 bombs, 12 driven in. Soto will look back. Sun shines a bit brighter. Pitch is off the plate away. A changeup missing. And a hitter's count for Wilson, 2-0.
Nice day to go out there and hit. Thought we were going to get some rain today, but haven't seen that yet, and hopefully we don't.
Yeah, we were worried about last night. It only sprinkled for about a minute. Worried about today, but it's been pushed back. Now look back, and Soto the pitch. Missed down and away. Wilson took a long look at it, and he will now operate with a 3-1 count.
Staying away from Zach, doesn't want to give in. Everything's been down and away.
Revs after Mitchell, Detwiler, Wilson, Mesa, Cuevas, all righties until they get to Burgess. And now Soto, the stretch, looks back and delivers home. Swinging a high fly toward the right field line. It's shallow. Jorge Fernandez, a long run into the Revs bullpen, and it lands just before he can get there, down near the tarp. But Karam's back into right field. Wilson's still alive. It'll be a full count.
This is a good AB from Zach, looking to get something to drive. He's seen a few pitches, good eye taking low and away, not chasing anything. And he's still in the driver's seat up 3-2 in this count. Soto has to come with something. He doesn't want to set up first and second with only one out for Melky Mesa, who leads the team in hitting right now.
Yeah, he is among the guys, Mesa is, that's on a tear. He's on deck, eyeing it up. Soto, a long look in. He is not the fastest worker, I've already determined. And ready, here's the 3-2. It is a called, I guess.
Well, I guess it wasn't 3-2.
Yeah, I guess now it is. It's a called strike. I'm sorry, Wilson had a 3-0 green light on that previous one. So I guess he's extra happy that it landed foul and wasn't caught. I'll try to keep up.
Well, the scoreboard hasn't been updated that quickly today.
Now the 3-2, and a swing and a miss. A 3-2 slider. It shows you the respect that Soto has for Wilson. 2 outs in the inning.
That one's tough to lay off. It's a fastball count or even maybe a changeup count. Slider low in the zone, hard to lay off for Zach there. He's up there to hit. He's looking for a pitch that he can do something with.
And now 2 down, Melky Mesa the hitter. And Wilson was 3-0, but I don't think, other than that one, he didn't swing it anywhere he could have been on base. Soto was in the strike zone coming back. Now here is Melky. First pitch, changeup, misses way outside. Mesa hitting at 342. A home run, 6 knocked in. That's in 10 games played with York. The last 4, he is 8 for 19. Hitting over 400. And he's got multiple hits in 5 of his last 8. Soto the stretch, and the 1-0. That's outside. Mesa lets it go. Soto coming off a good one Tuesday at Long Island. 5 scoreless in a win. 5 hits allowed in 5 innings. No walks and 7 strikeouts. 6'2 lefty. 27-year-old from Carolina, Puerto Rico. And now stretches with it. The 2-0 to Mesa, and a swing and a miss, a cutter. Soto, kind of a dangerous lifestyle this inning. He's been behind all these hitters, but he's made the pitches behind in the count so far.
Another green light for a Revs batter. Mesa, big swing on 2-0 there.
He is 3 for 7 with men in scoring position. Here's the 2-1, and a swing and a miss, a changeup. So once he's fallen behind, it's been a lot of off-speed.
He knows that the hitters are probably expecting a fastball, and Soto's off-speed has been good so far today. So with first base open, not a bad idea to go with that off-speed instead of the fastball.
Revs trying to strike first. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. A slider down low. He gets Mesa to fish. Wenrick applies the tag. Now the Revs had a runner at second with no outs, but Soto navigates his way through it. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the second, still scoreless.
We were with you when you were struggling with the challenges of being a young athlete, before the challenges of keeping fit while working 9 to 5, and long before Pilates and Zumba were even a thing.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sport Shoes outfitted you as a young athlete. When you slipped into a new sport practically every season, you learned a lot, and you grew strong. Now that you're an adult, why stop? Flying Feet has the brands and the styles that will increase your performance no matter how you choose to maintain your fitness. Just like when you were a kid, when you shop Flying Feet, you know you'll walk away with the best fit and natural comfort. Flying Feet stocks fitness shoes and all kinds of fitness gear. So, what do you do these days? Trail walking? Working out on the track, on the street, in the gym? Sign up for exercise classes like Pilates, Zumba, or need shoes for weightlifting? It doesn't matter what you're into, you can always count on Flying Feet. It's the one sportswear specialty store that's truly ageless.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sport Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
No score, we go to the second inning. Revs will have to wait a little longer to draw first blood, despite Mitchell's single and steal, and Mitch Atkins will look to get right back to what he was doing. 1-2-3 first inning, 9 pitches thrown. 2 ground outs and a pop-up, all to Ruby Silva at second base. Jorge Fernandez, the switch-hitting cleanup man, leads off. And Atkins delivers a cutter for a strike. Fernandez also from Puerto Rico, Yabucoa, Puerto Rico. It's hitting 241. No homers, 3 knocked in. Pitch. And he swings, pops it up. Foul ground at third. Wilson shading his eyes, moving over toward the stands. And it is about 7 or 8 rows in. He was fighting the sun the whole way there. No balls, 2 strikes.
I had no idea where that ball was. It's tough with the sun like this. There's also a little bit of cloud, a lot of cloud cover, which also plays an effect in being able to see the ball up in the air.
We have our shades on. Of course, you wear yours at night.
I never take them off. It's just, I mean, it's kind of my thing, and it's at the point where I can't see without them.
There's a fastball up high, 1-2. Well, Lancaster scarred you the other night.
That was
scarred your retina.
That was not a fun night for me. I did not enjoy that sun.
There's a changeup just outside, 2-2. Unfortunately, we can't move it.
Well, fortunately, we're not back there for over a month and a half. About a month and a half.
Now the 2-2. Swinging a high fly, right field. Mitchell froze to get a read, and will trot in on this and make the grab. One-handed in shallow right, a lazy fly ball. And Atkins has retired his first 4 today.
May said Atkins only gave up 1 hard hit ball in his last start, and he's pretty much right. I mean, there was not a lot of hard contact made against him, especially in that 5-run inning for Lancaster. 2 of those runs came on a pop-up that was wind blown back into the infield, that those shouldn't have scored. There were 4 unearned runs in the game that he gave up. He pitched a lot better than his line score looked, and Mace is right about that.
Here's Valentine. Atkins buzzes him in tight, first pitch. That was such a frustrating night, but Atkins' chance to bounce back today. Had a really good curveball the other night. Pitch here is swung on, pops straight up, straight back. Ready, Michael?
I wasn't for that one.
It's up top. We're good. Can stay up there.
I was not ready for that one.
1-1 now. I don't think he's thrown the curveball yet today. He's saving it. Pitch is swung on and missed. A slider or a cutter there, 1-2.
That's a good pitch on the outer half, getting some good movement on the cutter. I like Mitch's cutter. It was working last start. And again, we mentioned Mitch just didn't have a lot of success, but pitched better than it looked.
Pitch here. He swings, takes it the other way. That's going to get in for a hit. Toward the line and right. Mitchell over to glove. He went toward the outer corner there with 2 strikes. Valentine, though, able to reach it and take it that direction.
That's what continues to happen against Mitch. Soft contact that finds Green in the outfield, down in front of an outfielder. Mitch made a good pitch there. Would Valentine give him credit for poking that one the other way?
First base runner for the Road Warriors, Isaac Wenrick, the hitter. And he's been named the K-Man here today. We mentioned his story of having the heart attack while giving a lesson back home, and the young man who he was teaching called 911, saved his life. pitch from Mitch, a fastball. It's a called strike. I ran into Wenrick leaving the stadium the other night and said, hey, we've talked a little bit about it on radio. Hope you don't mind. And he's very gracious. He said, no, keep sharing the story and might help somebody else as Atkins misses outside. He did say that when he played in the Frontier League, they surprised him one night. They brought the young man to the ballpark. He was catching first pitches, and they said, turn around, Isaac. We have one more for you, a surprise guest. And there was the fellow who he said is still a big, big part of his life. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul, straight back. Might have a chance on this one. And, was it caught? Well, knocked down and then picked up right in front of us in the diamond deck.
It is a tremendous story how Isaac was able to be here today because somebody saved his life. I remember looking that video up from the Frontier League the last time we saw him with Lancaster. I think it was here when we talked about it last. It was a really cool moment. One of those classic first pitch moments. You turn around and you see somebody that's had an impact on your life, and that one was close to Isaac's heart.
Pitch here in the dirt, ricochets over to the left, and Valentin will move up, a wild pitch. Ricocheted all the way over toward Silverio on deck. So a runner at second, the double play out of order. 2-2 now to the hitter.
Not a lot of RBI opportunities for the Road Warriors this series. They only left 2 men on base last night, partly because they didn't have a lot of guys on base at all.
Yeah, it was not much over the minimum that Detwiler and company faced. Here's the 2-2. Fastball missed outside. In fact, Detwiler and Van Meter and Sides combined to face the minimum the last 5 2/3 after that Rivera home run. The only base runner and infield hit that was picked off, Melvin Rodriguez. Atkins, the payoff pitch, and he missed high and away.
I didn't even realize it was 1-2-3, 1-2-3 like that all last night towards the end, because you get caught up in what the Revs are doing offensively, and then before Detwiler really got going, it was the offense that was the story, and then Ross just kind of kicked into extra gear and just flat out blanking the Road Warriors. And then the bullpen did a great job too.
And they have been here of late.
4 strikeouts and 5 batters faced, Sides and Van Meter.
A walk puts 2 on. Here's Silverio. He swings and launches one high, but way foul down the left field side. First and second with 1 out. Scoreless here in the second inning. Silverio DHing today, hitting at 205, 3 home runs. One of those was here in York at the beginning of the month. He's driven in 10 so far this season at the top of their club. Atkins the stretch, the 0-1, and a fastball a little low. You could hear the crowd reaction when he walked Wenrick. Anything close, they want the Moz sticks, but he was just out of the strike zone on those last couple. Now 1-1 to Silverio. Slight breeze is in here early in the day. And the pitch, swinging a chop foul just behind the Road Warriors dugout. It's 1-2. Right into the second row behind their dugout. Revs are off tomorrow and then host Southern Maryland the second half of this homestand, including Wednesday at 11 a.m. Baseball and Education Day, our second. And then we'll have a camp day game in July. Now Atkins ready. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big out. His first strikeout of the day, and ahead in the count. He didn't mess around. He went right at him and got the whiff.
Big strikeout right there. Atkins has strikeout stuff. He also has the ability to not put guys on via the free pass. He's done a good job of that his last 2 starts. And once Mitch gets into a flow and strings together a couple of good starts in a row, I think we'll see those strikeout numbers start to pile up.
Yeah, walk this inning, only his 8th here in start number 6. Here's Matt Hibbert, 2 on, 2 out, trying to keep it scoreless early. Mitch, the pitch, and a curveball, his first of the day. That was pretty close, but doesn't get the call.
That's a good one right there. Being able to throw it around the plate so it's at least tempting. Right there, Hibbert looked like he was taking all the way, but that's a tempting pitch.
Wonder if that fooled the ump since it was the first time he's seen it. Here's the 1-0. And a fastball, that just missed low. He's close on these first two.
Squeezed a little bit in this AB. There were a couple times in Lancaster, Mitch got squeezed, and that led to him having to throw a few more pitches.
On the stretch, here's the 2-0, and it cuts just outside. Hibbert hitting at 190 is 4 for 21 coming in, 4 for 15 with the Road Warriors. Atkins ready. 3-0 pitch, and that's over for a strike. Some late tail on it. Most of what he throws will have some movement. Anthony Ray, the 9-hole hitter on deck. Atkins trying to come back in the count against Hibbert. 3-1, and a cutter. Strike 2 called. This one on the inside part of the plate.
It's a great pitch on the inner half. Can really jam a right-handed hitter or a left-handed hitter, depending on who's up. But right now, Hibbert, chance to get in on his hands and get him maybe pop up, hit a weak ground ball the other way.
Now the runners will have a head start. Full count with 2 outs. And the payoff pitch, swinging, he fouls it against the screen. Fights off that fastball. He'll have to do it again, Atkins will. He had 9 pitches in the first inning. That was his 25th here in the second inning. Hibbert, he was in the Pacific Association previously, one of the top stolen base guys on that circuit. It's where Darian Sanford came from. Pitch, and he missed high, Atkins did. 91 on that fastball, but up. And Hibbert draws the walk. Second walk of the inning, that'll load the bases. And Atkins will have to get the 9-hole hitter Ray to keep this game scoreless.
Ray hitting only 159 this season, but he's pesky. He will beat out infield hits, so you got to beware on an infield dribbler here with the bases loaded.
And the first pitch, fastball, there's a strike. Top of the zone, but gets ahead. It's the best thing he can do there is throw strike 1.
Well, he has to just come right at him here. Ray's not a guy who's going to overpower you, hitting the ball back your way. Just go right at him.
Ready with it. And the pitch misses high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now a little bit of a battle for Mitch this inning. Single and 2 walks, trying to keep things deadlocked at 0. Ray from the left, slightly open stance. And the pitch, swing and a miss, a changeup and a beauty. And Atkins ahead of him, 1-2.
That's a good pitch right there, a good sequence to throw it in. Get Ray out ahead, swinging for another fastball. Thinking cutter here from Mitch, either on the outside corner or get up and in on the hands.
And they sent up away the pitch to him, backdoor cutter, but it stayed out, 2-2.
That was close. A little bit off the plate right there. It was a ball, but I'm surprised Ray didn't swing at it, wasn't tempted.
Loaded with 2 outs. Set up out there again, the 2-2. Just missed, up and away.
Now that one was a little bit closer. I'm surprised the call didn't come there. But again, we go back to Mitch being squeezed a little bit. There were 2 walks in the inning, don't help. That's part of the reason why he's in this jam. But a blue pit to start the inning and now getting squeezed on the corner.
Payoff pitch, runners ahead start. Ray loops a pop-up. Wilson and Cuevas heading over into foul ground, and Wilson lost sight of it. Looking up into that sun again, he started to shy away, tried to duck down to give himself extra time, but never could relocate it. It lands just in front of the Road Warriors relievers and bounces up and out of play.
Does he have sunglasses on out there?
You know, I don't think so.
There's a chance that sunglasses don't help there. But I think they'd help the cause just a little bit if he doesn't have them out there.
He might be looking for him between innings. Atkins will try it again. The pitch, a swing and a foul the other way again. This one out over the stands in left. So Ray battling him. Runners will head back. We'll have to do it once more. Really making Mitch earn it if he's going to keep the game scoreless here early on. He's gone the distance on Ray, the 9-hole hitter. The 3-2 again, and a swing and a line drive base hit to right. 1 run in. Here comes Wenrick. It's going to be 2-0. And Anthony Ray, a terrific at bat out of the 9 spot. Pulls a base hit toward the line in right field. Hibbert goes all the way to third on it. And the Road Warriors with a 2-0 lead.
Atkins made some great pitches in that AB and had to go 3-2 a few times in a situation where you can't throw a ball and walk in a run. Made Ray hit it. Another ball not hit hard that just finds a hole. The 2 walks again hurt in the inning.
Now back to the top, Osvaldo Martinez, who grounded out to second his first time. Road Warriors last in the league in runs, but have struck first today. Pitch to Martinez. He chases a cutter that ends up well off the plate, and his bottom hand came off the bat. He's got it held behind his back as he walks away. Hope for his sake he didn't hurt his wrist on that swing. It was an awkward finish, and Tim McCaffrey will brush the plate off and give him some time. I think that did sting him.
Well, his top hand flew off the bat the other night. He ended up in an awkward position on that swing, too.
Ray runs, and a swing and a line drive to center right at Witherspoon. He will come in as it dies in left center, and he puts it away. That'll end the inning, but the Road Warriors strike first. 2 runs, 2 hits. They leave 2. And we go to the bottom of the second, 2-0. Road Warriors on top.
Looks like Mother Nature decided to skip spring and just turn on the heat. So we're going to do the same. This is Doug Sprankle, sales manager at York Mitsubishi. The heat is on to sell some new Mitsubishis and empty the lot. So come check out the all-new Eclipse Cross ES all-wheel drive. Lease it for just $189 a month for 36 months, 12,000 miles per year. Or the always popular Outlander Sport ES as low as $18,990. Growing families will love the 7-passenger Outlander ES. Get it for as low as $21,390. And as gas prices nose above $3 a gallon, you'll definitely want to take a look at the fuel-sipping 40-plus mile per gallon 2018 Mirage. Buy it for just $11,990. Plus, as always, we're hooking you up with an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. The heat is on at York Mitsubishi, around the corner of Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishis always cost less. Come check us out at YorkMitsubishi.com.
$39.99 down plus first payment and security deposit. Tax and tax extra. See dealer for details.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Jay Gauls. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Now the Revs came back last night. They're down 2 again here today. 2-0 Road Warriors. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Jose Cuevas, Michael Burgess, Travis Witherspoon due up. Cuevas at 2:04 coming in, 5 knocked in. He gets the start at shortstop today. Day off for Dent and Casillas. Silva is in at second. And Soto winds up. His first pitch of the inning is over for a strike. He had a long wait after a 19-pitch first. Atkins had to throw 36 pitches in that second inning after only 9 in the first. Here's the 0-1 to Cuevas, and it runs down and in. Soto's been to the big leagues with the Indians. Big league debut 2015. 3 1/3 scoreless. It's the wind and the pitch. And a swing and a line drive, base hit the other way. There's Soto trying to keep it away from Cuevas, but he goes down to get it and singles to the opposite field to lead off the home second.
Another leadoff knock. The Revs just have to get that guy around. Right now, you got Michael Burgess up, a guy who's hitting only .087 against lefties this year. But he's got plenty of power. You never know. He could get into one. He has a home run against a lefty this year.
Mace kind of reconfiguring the lineup against a left-hand pitcher today. Burgess hitting 6th. 211 average overall, tied for 3rd in the league with 5 homers. First pitch here is a high strike call. Soto jumps ahead. Soto was drafted in the 21st round in '09 by Detroit out of high school in Puerto Rico. Those players are eligible for the June draft as well. 0-1, and a fastball, strike called on the outer half. Made it to the big leagues with Cleveland. He's been at AAA with the Cubs, the Indians, and the White Sox. 4 years at AAA. Combined at .421 ERA at the AAA level. It's not bad, mostly in relief. There's the stretch, and the 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Now he handles Burgess in the first encounter between those two today. Got him on 3 pitches and had him set up for that hook. It's the 3rd strikeout from Soto.
Slider looks really good today from Soto, and he's kept the Revs off balance because he doesn't throw that hard. And that's a tough at-bat for Mike there. He doesn't hit lefties well, and to have to face a guy who's got a nasty slider like that, that's hard.
Now here's Witherspoon, 1 on, 1 out, and he shows bunt, pulls it back, and lets a strike come through. Spooney at 235, a little bit of a rough week for him, 3 for 28 the last 8, but did have a double in last night's game, which set up the Revs' first run. Came in the 3rd inning off Villa. Soto the 0-1, and a swing and a foul up over the roof. 2 quick strikes. 2-0 Road Warriors here in the 2nd inning. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Partial cloud cover, but the sun's been shining. A breeze circulating, as you can hear. 84 degrees. Soto ahead of a 2nd straight hitter 0-2. He deals and missed down low. Witherspoon bends down and watches it below the knees. Polo the signs down at 3rd. Cuevas the runner, leadoff single. The Revs had a leadoff base hit from Mitchell in the 1st, who stole 2nd before there was an out, but Soto got the next 3 without Mitchell advancing any further. And now the 1-2. Fastball, it is a called 3rd strike. In, and Witherspoon was jumping back, thinking it was off the plate, but he's rung up. 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff hit, and Soto with 4 strikeouts already.
He's got that pitch working. Spoon dancing after that, hopping up and down. It's pretty funny, but he's had some trouble with umps this season.
Soto is in the top 5 in the league in punch-outs. Here's Ruby Silva. First offering, it is swung on, popped up foul, back and out of play. Silva hitting at .250 now. Last 4 games, 9 for 16 with a double and a homer. 9 for 16 comes out to .563. He's also scored a run in 5 straight, giving him some big-time production near the bottom. Mace has kept him down in the lineup even as he is heated up. Now the pitch to him. Breaking ball started at him, stayed inside as he turned away.
That's a nasty pitch right there, even if it's not a strike. The way Silva bailed out on that, you know Soto's going to go back to that pitch. It's one of those days where the lefties really have to keep that front shoulder in and stay on some of these breaking balls.
On the stretch, here's the 1-1. Swinging a comebacker to Soto. Nonchalant grab. He'll lob it over to first to end the inning. And he is confidently through his first 2 innings of the day. Leadoff single is left on again. And we'll go to the third. The Road Warriors on top 2-0.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit pseccu.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
The York Revolution Superhero Night is, well, super. It's all happening Saturday, June 9th. An eco-friendly tote bag giveaway presented by York County Solid Waste Authority. High-flying stunt performances by Ex-Pogo. And, of course, your favorite comic book superheroes live and in person. And it's a Saturday at Peoples Bank Park. That means post-game inside the park fireworks presented by Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment. Superhero Night, Saturday, June 9th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Head of the third inning, 2-0 Road Warriors lead. It's amazing how people's ears ring or buzz or whatever the saying is around this place. We're just talking about Everett between innings, and here he is.
He's everywhere.
Showing up at our window for his usual greeting.
Always good to have Everett around.
We'll start the third with Melvin Rodriguez leading off. 2-3-4 due up. And Atkins looking to bounce back a 36-pitch second inning. First offering here, right down the chute. There's a strike. And the thing that concerns you about that is the impact, not even so much the 2 runs. You hope the Revs will find a way to score more than that, but the pitch count. Here's the 0-1, and that misses down low. It is a warm and I guess a little bit humid day again, as it normally is in this part of the country. On the wind, the 1-1. And a ground ball skidded to second. Silva to his left, gobbles it up cleanly and throws to first as Rodriguez grounds to his second base counterpart for the second time today. 1 out here in the third.
Another good early inning out right there. He's retired the leadoff man in all 3 innings so far, something Mitch does pretty well. Last inning, again, a little bit of a bad luck with a couple blue pits. The 2 walks were rough. One of them scored.
Here's Gustavo Pierre. First pitch is a little high. Some dirt flying off Tyler Clark's mitt as he caught it. A quick first out, and the best thing that Atkins could have gotten to begin this third inning. Here's his 50th pitch, and Pierre tried to stop on a pitch down, appeal to first, and Joe Del Balso says he did stop in time. It's 2-0. Popped up to second his first time today.
Leadoff batter's coming in, only hitting .238 against Atkins, so that number continues to drop.
Here's a cutter, that's called a little high. 3-0 the count.
With runners on base has been the issue. Coming in 426 opponents hitting with runners on base, and 2 runs produced that way last inning.
A strike right down the middle, 3-1. Pierre, the 3-hole hitter in their lineup. Jorge Fernandez waits next. Atkins the wind, the 3-1. And a called strike on the outer edge, so right back to run it full as he tries to get settled back in early in this game. And Atkins grips it, the payoff pitch. Swinging a rip it short on one hop, speared cleanly by Cuevas. He'll take his time, toss it across. Pulled Burgess off the bag, but plenty of time to get back on. Pierre did not exactly run that ball out. There's 2 away.
Nice snag by Jose at short. He just flipped that ball up to himself out of his glove really nonchalantly right there. He's played a solid short in the opportunities he's had over there. This is his 3rd start at shortstop.
Revs showing a lot of versatility with today's lineup and the lineups recently. Here's Fernandez. He swings and misses. First pitch hooked from Atkins. Nice and tight down in the strike zone. Fernandez a fly out to right his first time. A wind, the pitch. And he locates right on the outside black. Strike 2 called. Road Warriors up 2-0, but Atkins looking for a bounce back inning here in the 3rd. As the first 2 outs and ahead of Fernandez quickly. And now ready to go. The wind, the pitch. Missed outside, 1-2. Good spot for that though. His full name is Jorge Fernandez Diaz. The wind, the pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Mitch Atkins, his best curveball of the day thus far, and that dropped off and was pretty much unhittable. His 2nd strikeout. 1-2-3 inning to rebound, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Still 2-0 Road Warriors.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
2-0, Road Warriors in front. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd today. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report. Revs have Frank DeGiulio Jr. out with an elbow. Jay Goss is going to not throw for a couple of weeks as he rests some elbow fatigue himself, and then they'll look to get him going again. Here's Tyler Clark to lead off the home 3rd. First pitch from Soto is down low. Clark batting from the right, the switch hitter, and it was from that side of the plate where he had such a big game on Thursday to begin this winning streak. Huge 3-run homer in Lancaster. It's the 1-0, and that's on the outside corner, a called strike.
He seems a little bit more comfortable hitting right-handed, and I haven't had a chance to ask what he started hitting as when he was younger, because it's very rare that somebody comes up as a youngster in Little League or whatever, hitting both ways.
Soto winds back, and the 1-1 pitch It's down and away. Good eye from Clark. Mitchell and Dotel will follow back to the top of the order momentarily. Revs trailing 2-0. Both teams with 2 hits. Leadoff singles each inning for York, but unable to have anything materialize. Soto delivers home, and a swing and a bounce foul, third base side, 2-2.
Three of Clark's 5 hits coming against left-handed pitching this year, so in turn they've come from the right side. He does have power from both sides, though, and we saw that especially from the right side in that game in Lancaster.
Yeah, that was a blast. Here's the 2-2, and backdoor hook stayed out. A full count, and Clark having another nice at-bat to begin this inning. Soto a step toward the back of the mound, trying to reset himself for a 3-2 here. Again, he's dealt with a leadoff runner both innings. Here's the pitch, and he missed low. He'll deal with one again. Tyler Clark, nice plate appearance, works a leadoff walk, and the Revs will have the leadoff man on 3 out of 3 times to start the day.
Here's Jared Mitchell, had a good AB against Soto his first time up. Got one through that hole between first and second. Mitchell has looked good in the box the last few games. He's had a couple extra days off than he had through the first 2.5 weeks or so of the season. So I'm sure he's feeling a lot more energized each time he comes to the plate.
And Clark will draw a throw. He was kicking at the dirt like a mule down there, really digging in. And he dives back. Mitchell a single and a steal in the first, but Revs were unable to advance him any further. And another toss over. Clark dives in. Soto a quick snap throw over.
Well, you better watch out over there. Clark towers over Geraldo Valentin over at first.
He's off to his lead again. Third baseman is in. Pitch to Mitchell. He's taking, and it's a cutter for a strike. Sensing we haven't seen Soto's best move yet. Probably holds runners pretty well despite the Mitchell steal. I'm getting that sense. Yeah, he's ready. And the 0-1 home, swing and a miss. He kept the slider down. Mitchell unable to catch it. No balls, 2 strikes. Soto, one of the more experienced guys on their staff. They have some quality starting pitchers. Played a lot of close games early in the year. Now the 0-2. Clark's going to run, and Mitchell grounds it to first. They'll stay out of a double play. Rolled right to Valentin, who steps on first. Turned and looked to second, but Clark already just about there. So Clark advances to second with 1 out. Mitchell had to put it in play with 2 strikes, but they do manage to advance Clark, and here's Dotel with another chance.
I like that decision there because you know Mitchell isn't a guy who's going to hit into your average 4.63 or 6.43 double play. He's got good speed. That there, right there, would have been either a 3.6 double play or 3.61, something like that. So to keep the runner in motion there, that's big. And now you get Dotel up with a man on base.
First pitch, a changeup ripped up the middle, base hit over toward left center. Clark around third, he will score, and the Revs are on the board. Wellington Dotel, a big clap of the hands down at first base. He jumps on the first pitch and drives in a run for the 5th consecutive game. It's 2-1.
Nothing slowing down Wellington. He continues to hit the ball well and do damage early in counts. Gets the first pitch right there, sends it right back where it came from. And that's why Clark going on that ball that Mitchell hit is so important, because otherwise it's probably an inning-ending double play. Or they get the lead runner, Clark, and no one's on second base and that run doesn't score.
Now they cash in on the leadoff walk. Here's Zach Wilson. First pitch misses outside. For Dotel, it's his 12th run batted in, 7th in the last 5 games. And he's got a 10-game hitting streak now. He's hit safely in 13 of his first 15 with York. There's the 1-0, and that misses the plate away. He has batted up near 500 with runners in scoring position as well. Another hit in that situation for him there. And now Wilson with a 2-0 count. He was up 3-0 in the first, but Soto came back to get him. Struck him out. The 2-0 this time. He swings, rips one off the glove of Pierre at third, and that glances into left. Dotel will move up to second and stop. Martinez, the shortstop, hustled out to recover it. Base hit for Zach Wilson. Revs with their 4th knock, and it's first and second for Melky Mesa.
This is a part of the lineup that is probably going to have to do the damage today for the Revs, where you have those four right-handed hitters stacked in a row. And not saying that the lefties aren't going to do anything today. It's just that the 3 lefties in there have struggled against left-handed pitching. Soto really tough on lefties. But the righties have had some success today. And Mesa, like Dotel, the 2 hottest hitters on this club.
Mesa strike out his first time, but now he gets to see Soto a second time. The pitch, changeup floats way outside.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
You saw him the first time, have a little idea of what he's got and how he might work you. Soto got him on a cutter or a slider down out of the zone in that first inning. There's the stretch. Couple looks at second, and the 1-0. Swing and a rip, that's a base hit to left. Dotel had to wait and make sure it went through. He'll stop at third, and the bases are loaded. 3 consecutive singles. Still a 2-1 game, but the sack's packed for Jose Cuevas.
Big opportunity for Jose right here, and Mesa continues to hit the ball. And all 3 guys with the singles in a row, Dotel, Wilson, and Mesa, not trying to tie or give the team the lead on one swing, knowing that stringing a few hits together is what's been a recipe for success for this team. The Revs continue to keep the line moving. That's part of the reason why over the last 4 or 5 games they've been so successful driving in runs.
That ball was smashed. And now Cuevas, who singled to right his first time. First pitch, he swings, grounds it softly to short, got a dig. Martinez charges, goes to second, the turn, it's in time. 6-4-3 double play. And Giovanni Soto slaps himself in the chest twice, hollers to himself. He's all sorts of fired up after getting out of that. Revs are limited to 1 run in the inning on 3 hits. They leave 2. We'll go to the 4th. Michael with the play-by-play. The Revs trailing the Road Warriors 2-1.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with Tropical Shaved Ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs trail the Road Warriors 2-1, top of inning number 4 on a solid day for baseball here at Peoples Bank Park. Michael Marcantonini with you on the broadcast. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Road Warriors. They lead it over the Revs, who have 5 hits but just 1 run to show for it. A walk and 3 hits in the bottom of the 3rd for the Revs, an RBI single from Wellington Dotel. But Jose Cuevas hit into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play, and the threat was over. Giovanni Soto rolled the double play to get out of it. Now Mitch Atkins back out for a 4th inning. He starts Geraldo Valentin off with a ball, counts 1-0. Atkins has lowered his ERA below 8 so far today. Came in with a mark just over 8 at 8.01. Now the 1-0. Off the end of the bat, fly ball left center field. Witherspoon over, he makes the grab. And on 2 pitches, Mitch Atkins has the first out of the 4th. Here's Isaac Wenrick now, the K-man in today's ball game. Isaac hitting 154 coming in. 0 for 4 2 nights ago. Did not play in yesterday's ball game. Chris Rivera got the start behind the plate. Isaac back behind the dish today. 0 for 0. He walked and scored a run in the 2nd inning, part of a 2-run second for the Road Warriors. Anthony Ray, a 2 RBI single is the difference right now. A little bit of a breeze blowing in the stadium. First pitch to Wenrick, fastball outside corner for a strike, 0-1. 1 out in the inning, no one on. Revs trail 2-1. The Road Warriors looking to salvage a win in this series. The Revs looking for a 3-game sweep. It would be their 2nd sweep of the season and first 3-gamer. Atkins misses a little bit off the plate with a changeup. Count even at 1. The Revs swept the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in 2 games in Waldorf on May 8th and 9th. Atkins tossed a gem in one of those games. Didn't get a win, but looked great. Revs looking for another sweep. The 1-1. Ground ball over to first, but foul. Burgess makes the play in foul territory. 1-2 the count. Revs rocking some digital camo salute to service caps today. It is salute to service day at the ballpark. A little bit of a ceremony before the game. Revs aren't playing tomorrow on Memorial Day, so they will honor anyone who has served our country here today at the ballpark. The 1-2 pitch from Atkins misses high, 2-2 to Wenrick. Isaac, along with Matt Hibbert, came over to the Road Warriors just a few days ago from the Lancaster Barnstormers, both seeing much more playing time than they were getting in Lancaster. Neither even had 10 at-bats with the Barnstormers this season, but both already have more than that with the Road Warriors. 2 strikes on Wenrick. Atkins takes the sign from Clark. Out of the windup to pitch. Tapper foul, and Wenrick just barely stays alive. A curveball there from Atkins that Isaac fought off. 2-1 Road Warriors, away half of the 4th. Game 3 of a 3-game series between the clubs. 6-3 win for the Revs last night, 9-1 the night before that. 4 straight games with 10-plus hits for the Revs. They already have 5 today. Swing and a miss on the fastball on the outside corner. Atkins has strikeout number 3, and Wenrick goes back to the dugout. Couldn't catch up to the fastball on the low and outside corner. 2 up, 2 down for Atkins in the inning. Here's Silverio, the DH. Nice pitch from Mitch. A count where not many were expecting Atkins to go with the fastball. Now with 2 down, here's Silverio, right-handed hitter, comes in hitting 205. First pitch swinging, laces it down the left field line, but just foul. Close to that chalk line, but foul ball. 0-1 the count on Alfredo. 0 for 3 last night was Silverio. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. He was Atkins' first strikeout victim, and Mitch has now fanned a batter in each of the past 3 innings. He's retired the leadoff man in all 4 innings. He's given up just the 2 runs. Silverio back in the box. Atkins out of the windup. He comes to the plate. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Fastball outer half. It's 0-2. Mitch and Tyler have worked really well together today. They've worked well together all season when those two have been battery mates. Now an 0-2 count on Alfredo Silverio. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, checking his swing is Alfredo. Appeal down to first, no swing, says Joe Del Balso. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-1 lead for the Road Warriors, top of the 4th. There was some sun earlier, but it's almost all gone away now. A cloud cover, some dark clouds out in left and center field. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, a breaking ball from Atkins, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mitch, the third 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. And we'll see what the Revs can do with the bats. They trail the Road Warriors 2-1 as we go to the home half of inning number 4, but don't go anywhere. You're listening to the ball game on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Michael Burgess leads off the home half of the 4th for the Revs. They trail the Road Warriors 2-1 in the finale of this 3-game series. Burgess, Witherspoon, and Silva 6-7-8 for the Revs against Giovanni Soto, the lefty for the Road Warriors. First pitch of the inning is a ball low and outside, 1-0. Burgess struggling against left-handed pitching this season, hitting under 100 against southpaws. Has hit 2 home runs and driven in 4 runs against in his last 8 games, though. A pitch. One of his home runs this season, a grand slam, that came in Southern Maryland. 2 balls and no strikes to count on Mike. Now Soto readies the 2-0 pitch. Here it is from the lefty. Burgess swings and grounds one out to short. Martinez is there. Crow hop across the diamond, throws. Valentin holds the bag, and Burgess is out number 1. Burgess 0 for 2 today now, and that brings up Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon has played in 8 of the Revs' last 10 games. He's only hitting 107 in those 8 games coming in. Struck out looking his last time up on a pitch that he thought was low. The home plate umpire, Tim McCaffrey, disagreed. 2-1 Road Warriors lead, home half of the 4th. First pitch to Spoon. Change up in for a strike, 0-1. The corners will respect Spoon's speed. They play him in. Gustavo Pierre even with the bag at third, about maybe a half step behind it. First baseman Valentin only about a step behind the first base bag. Deep up the middle at short and second. The 0-1 to Spoon. He flips it out of play, foul down the right field line. Revs out hitting the Road Warriors 5-2. They trail by a run, though. Revs got a run back after they were down 2-0 going into the bottom of the 3rd. Wellington Dotel, a 1-out base hit up the middle, scored Tyler Clark. Now the pitch to Spoon in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. Slider that missed low and away right there. Spoon, a good decision to lay off. Soto has pitched at the major league level, made his major league debut on September 5th, 2015 for the Indians. Was originally a 21st round draft pick of the Tigers in 2009. Now Soto steps off and doesn't seem like he can get on the same page with Wenrick. Revs 13-11, they've won 3 straight, looking to make it 4 in a row. 1-2 pitch to Spoon, swing and a miss, change up inner half, and Spoon goes down swinging. He's a strikeout victim for the second time this afternoon. The K's continue to pile up for Soto. That's number 5 on the afternoon. And here's Ruby Silva with 2 outs and no one on. The Revs got to a left-hander last night. Kelvin Villa started for the Road Warriors. He ended up giving up all 6 runs that the Revs scored, but 4 of them were unearned. All 4 of those unearned runs came in a 5-run 5th inning that the Revs broke out in. First pitch, Silva seizes a ball off the plate, 1-0. 2-1 lead for the Road Warriors, bottom of the 4th. Revs looking to tie this thing up or take the lead. Ruby Silva's been hot lately, .563 batting average over his last 4 games. Now he stays on a slider and drives it out to deep right field, but Jorge Fernandez is there, shy of the track, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Giovanni Soto, the first time he's spun a 1-2-3 inning on the afternoon. So the Revs go down quietly. The Road Warriors hold on to their 2-1 lead after 4 full. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Stick with me on the broadcast on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Mitch Atkins heads out to the field for inning number 5. The Revs trail the Road Warriors 2-1 in the top of inning number 5. Atkins will face the bottom of the order for the Road Warriors. 8-9-1, Matt Hibbert, Anthony Ray, and then back to the top for Osvaldo Martinez. Matt Hibbert, no official at-bats today. He walked in his only plate appearance. That was in the 2nd inning. One of 2 walks that Atkins issued in the frame. A 2-run second for the Road Warriors has them ahead. The Revs got their lone run in the 3rd on Wellington Dotel's RBI single up the middle. Now Atkins looking to get through the 5th. Hibbert shows bunt and he pops one up. Clark almost grabbed it with the bare hand. Just missed it. Hibbert, who was bunting for a hit there, showed relatively early. Wilson came racing in from 3rd. Clark almost caught that pop-up with his bare hand. Didn't have a chance to get the glove on it. It would have had to really turn his body, so the bare hand was the best option. Couldn't get it. 0-1 the count on Hibbert. Hits from the right side in center field again today for the Road Warriors. The 0-1. Hibbert shoots one through the hole between 1st and 2nd, just past the diving Ruby Silva. An opposite field base hit for Hibbert. He stayed on a breaking pitch. And he's a leadoff man, the first leadoff man to reach against Atkins in the ballgame. Now the 9-hitter, Anthony Ray. Ray's provided all the offense for the Road Warriors today, at least in the run-producing department. He drove home both runs that the Road Warriors have with a 2-out RBI single on a full count pitch from Mitch Atkins with the bases loaded. Now Hibbert dives back to first. A pickoff move from Mitch. Back safely is Hibbert. Ray's spent time in the St. Louis Cardinals organization with the Road Warriors this season. He's been with the club from the beginning. Now he shows bunt. He gets a hard one down to Wilson at third. He has to go to first. Off-balance throw dug out by Burgess. A sacrifice bunt for Anthony Ray. 5-3 on the putout. It wasn't a great sacrifice bunt, but with Hibbert's speed, Wilson didn't have an opportunity to go to second, and he had to take the shore out at first. Ray bunted it a little bit harder than I'm sure he would have liked. But it ends up working out. Hibbert gets into scoring position with 1 out. Now the Road Warriors have their top of the lineup back up. It's Osvaldo Martinez, the shortstop. Pat McCoy loosening up in the Revs bullpen. McCoy hasn't pitched since his team debut in Lancaster, the last time Mitch was on the mound. Now the first pitch to Martinez, a strike on the outer half, 0-1. McCoy is now the Revs' 5th starter after Jay Goss went down with an injury. He's placed on the DL. McCoy enters the rotation. Zach Grote's now officially in the rotation after his 9-inning complete game shutout the other day in Lancaster. Now Mitch looks at second. The pitch, softly hit ball to short. Cuevas throws to first, and that's out number 2. Moving up from second to third is Hibbert. He ran right away on the slow grounder. And another run for the Road Warriors is 90 feet away, with 2 down for Melvin Rodriguez, the second baseman. So it is McCoy warming up in the Revs pen. I'm sure they're just trying to stretch him out a little bit more. He will make a start coming up. Not sure yet if he will take Jay Goss's rotation spot at the top of the rotation or if he will just slide in at the back end. 2 outs and Rodriguez at the dish. Strike on the outer half. Good pitch from Mitch. 0-1. 2-1 Road Warriors lead, top of the 5th. Revs haven't gotten much going offensively. Giovanni Soto's gotten out of a couple jams. Clark sets up outside. Here's the 0-1. Fastball that misses high and outside. 1-1. Revs pitching staff continues to dominate. Mitch Atkins has not had the success that the other guys in this rotation have. But he has twirled a couple good starts on the year. He gets a strike over there, a changeup low and inside corner, 1-2. Mitch has had success today, though. He's 1 strike away from getting through 5 innings, allowing just 2 runs on 3 hits. Can't say anything bad about that outing. Now Mitch out of the stretch. He'll check Hibbert over at third. The pitch to Rodriguez, the 1-2 misses just a bit high. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Road Warriors up 2-1. A slim margin, and the Revs know it's only slim. They know they can turn this thing around in 2 batters. And the 2-2. Curveball outside corner. Atkins, another punch out. He's through 5 solid innings. He's scattered 3 hits and given up just 2 runs. And for Mitch, that's strikeout number 5. He faces just 4 in the 5th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We'll head to the home half of the 5th. Revs trailing by 1. It's the Road Warriors 2 and the Revs 1. Stick with me on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission will get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Tyler Clark set to lead things off for the Revs in the bottom of the fourth inning. Wind picks up a little bit, and not much sun left at all. Cloud cover continues here in downtown York. Clark the first man to face Giovanni Soto in the bottom of the fifth. Revs trail 2-1. Clark swings at the first pitch, hits a hot shot out to short. Martinez has it. Long throw across the diamond, and he gets Clark by a step. One out here in the home half of the fifth. Mitch Atkins got a called strike 3 for his fifth strikeout of the afternoon to end the top half of the fifth inning. Mitch is through 5 strong innings, giving up just 2 runs. Pat McCoy was loosening in the Revs bullpen. We'll see if it's McCoy that comes out in the next half inning or if Mitch will get another. Back to the top of the order for the Revs. Here's Jared Mitchell. Soto kicks and fires. Here's the pitch. Slider misses outside, 1-0. Soto's been tough on the Revs today, specifically against the left-handers. Mitchell does have a hit, however. That started off the first. 1 out, no one on, 1-0 count. Mitchell drives a shot out to deep right field. Hibbert racing back on it. He won't get there. It's down. It one-hops the base of the wall. And Mitchell into second with a stand-up double. Stayed on the pitch there, drove it to the pool side. And the Revs have their first extra base hit of the afternoon, and Jared Mitchell has himself a multi-hit game. So a double for Mitchell, and all of a sudden the Revs are in business. The tying run is on second, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of who else? The hottest hitter on the team, Wellington Dotel. Dotel already a single and an RBI today. Drove in the only run of the game for the Revs and extended his hitting streak to a team high and a team best on the season, 10 games. Revs trail 2-1, but the tying run in Mitchell is at second. Big lead for him. They put a right-handed shift on Dotel. The third baseman, Pierre, is close to the line. Martinez, the shortstop, back deep in the hole. The second baseman, Melvin Rodriguez, is almost playing up the middle. Big hole between first and second. They think Wellington's going to shoot one to the pool side. First pitch to Wellington, ball that misses low, 1-0. Mitchell leads off second. He doubled to right center on a ball that off the bat I thought had a chance to go out. It one-hopped the base of the wall. Matt Hibbert did a good job running it down to get it in before Mitchell could even think about trying to stretch it into 3. It was a stand-up double all the way. Now Dotel with his open stance moves the hands, getting set. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Low and outside corner, 1-1. 2-1 Road Warriors, home half of the fifth. Revs looking for a clean 3-game sweep of the Road Warriors today. They don't have a 3-game sweep this season. They have already earned a series win, which is huge in itself. Mitchell leads off second. The pitch to Dotel way inside and low. Wenrick came out of the crouch to grab it. 2-1 the count on Wellington Dotel. Big spot in the game right here. Revs trailing by 1. On a nice Sunday afternoon at Peoples Bank Park. Looks like some bullpen action for the Road Warriors. Revs continue to have some action in their bullpen. 2-1 the count on Dotel. Soto comes to the plate, and Dotel takes again. That's a strike. He bends back. Upset with the call, Dotel. 1, it was a late call, and 2, it was probably most likely low. Regardless, it's 2-2, despite the questionable decision there. Call that a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dotel will get back in the box. The crowd didn't like the call either. Mitchell is hands on his hips out at second base, has a decent-sized lead. Now Dotel calls for time. Soto steps off. Soto will wipe some sweat off his head. Put the cap back on. Now he steps back in front of the rubber. His team working with a 2-1 lead, but the Revs are threatening. Go-ahead run at the plate. Look at second. Here's the pitch. Dotel takes low and in. It's full. First base is open. Soto doesn't have to give in to Dotel, but doesn't get any easier after Wellington. Zach Wilson, who homered last night and has a single today, is up next, and then Melky Mesa to follow him. Dotel in the 2 spot in the Revs order. He's hit safely in 13 of the 15 games he's been here with the Revs. He's hitting 10 straight. Full count. Check of the runner at second and the pitch. Dotel chops one out to third base. Tough play for Pierre. Throws to first in time on the run. Mitchell thought about trying to pick up third, but then went back to second. So not only is it another out, it's an unproductive out for Dotel. He's 1 for 3. 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Zach Wilson. .53 on the putout. Gustavo Pierre along with Osvaldo Martinez, the shortstop. Both of those guys played excellent defense today. It was Pierre last night who made a costly error with 2 outs and a ground ball that Casilla hit. The Revs at that point were down 1, and the inning probably should have been over. The Revs responded, scoring 4 more in the frame. Take a lead they wouldn't give up. Wilson in the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch he sees, he swings and misses at a changeup, outer half. 0-1 the count. 2 down in the inning. Road Warriors lead the Revs 2-1. Luis Cruz, not the Revs Luis Cruz, but the Road Warriors Luis Cruz is warming up in their pen. Luis Cruz is catching for the Revs in the Revs pen. The 0-1 to Wilson. Stays on a curveball, shoots it out to short, but Martinez is there. On one hop, he throws to first, and that'll retire the side. So the Revs threaten. They get Mitchell to second on a double with 1 out, but he is stranded. No runs on just with 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on in the inning. We've played 5 full here at Peoples Bank Park. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Revs still trailing in a close one, 2-1. Keep it here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC, 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia. NMLS ID 2925. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal housing lender.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like Word Search, with top prizes of 20 grand.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Moving right along here in downtown York, Michael Mark Antonini with you on the broadcast. 2-1 Road Warriors over the Revs in the away half of the 6th inning. Finale of a 3-game series between the two clubs, the second series meeting between these teams this season. Mitch Atkins will get a 6th inning of work, or at least He's out there to start the 6th inning, second time this season working into the 6th. He'll face Gustavo Pierre to start off, and Pierre shoots one out to Burgess. On one hop, Mike has it. Step on the bag at first, 3 unassisted to put out. A 1 pitch out for Atkins. And he's now retired the leadoff man in 5 of his 6 innings so far, in 5 of the 6 innings that he's been out there. He's not through 6. He's through 5 and a 1, 5 and a third. Well, it was 3 starts ago, if you count today, 4 starts ago, where Atkins threw the 6th inning no-run, 2-hit gem in Southern Maryland. He's lost his last 2 starts. Has gone just a combined 7 2/3 in those 2 starts. He's given up 12 runs, but only 7 of them earned. The defense behind him has not been that good. The run support for him has not been good either. This is just his 6th run of support in 6 starts. Not the way to win games. There's a strike over to Jorge Fernandez, 0-1. Fernandez, the cleanup man in the lineup for the Road Warriors. He's in right field again. That is right. Atkins has only been given 6 runs of support in now his 6th start of the season. Just 1 run again today. Fernandez chops one foul over to the Revs dugout. It's 0-2. Not only is it tough for Atkins to win starts when he doesn't get any run support, it's tough for the Revs to win games when they don't score for him. Revs just 1-4 in starts that Mitch Atkins makes. Not exactly helping him out with the bat. Swing and a miss there from Atkins. Strikeout number 6. And give him another punch out on the K meter. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. That is a season high in strikeouts for Mitch Atkins now with 6. And he can be a strikeout pitcher at times. Last year with Somerset, struck out a handful of guys. Struck out 59 and only walked 13 last year with Somerset. There's a called strike to the next batter, Geraldo Valentin. Atkins looking for another 1-2-3 inning. He's been nearly flawless today other than that 2-run 2nd inning. The only 2 runs he's given up. 2-1 Road Warriors, top 6. Valentin a check swing back into the netting. It's 0-2. And last year with AAA Las Vegas, Atkins struck out 57 and walked only 27. With AA Portland in the Red Sox system in 2016, he struck out 145 and walked only 41. That was in a starting role, made 20 starts that year. The 0-2 pitch. Chopper out to Ruby Silva. On a couple hops, he gobbles it up, throws to Burgess at first. Mitch Atkins is through 6 solid innings, a quality start in the book for Mitch. Another 1-2-3 inning. He's twirled 4 1-2-3 innings on the afternoon, but his team hasn't scored for him. The Revs trail 2-1 to the Road Warriors as we head to the home half of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. We've got a good one at the bank here. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland offers a variety of lesson plans for every budget. Owner Carmen Fusco has 38 years of Major League Baseball experience, and our staff is made up entirely of professional instructors, including Carmen Fusco, Sam Knott, TJ Cronenberger, and Lisa Baker. We offer one-on-one private instruction, camps and clinics, and year-round travel ball programs focused on developing the player. We differ from other facilities because we offer professional instruction with Major League Baseball techniques. We also provide free college placement for our athletes. Conveniently located off I-83 between Harrisburg and York, check out Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland and go online to FuscoProBaseball.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Mitch Atkins has fired 6 strong innings, allowing just 2 runs on 3 hits today, but his Revs trail the Road Warriors 2-1 as we start playing the bottom of the 6th. Melky Mason to lead off for the Revs against Giovanni Soto, who started for the Road Warriors and has been exceptional today. Now Soto kicks and fires. First pitch to Mesa. Ball low and outside, 1-0. Mesa, Cuevas, and Burgess 4-5-6 against the crafty lefty for the Road Warriors. They do continue to have bullpen action. Now the 1-0 coming from Soto. Here it is, swing and a miss and a change-up. And Soto continues to keep Revs hitters off balance. The slider's been great today. The change-up's been good. He's even been able to mix in that fastball late in counts, early in counts every once in a while. And the 1-1 pitch to Melky. Line drive, base hit into left field between the shortstop Martinez and third baseman Pierre. And the Revs have another leadoff man on. And Melky takes a turn around first, heads back to first. So he's there for Jose Cuevas with no outs. Melky, another multi-hit game. He had 3 hits last night. Give him 2 more today. How about that? The Milkman continues to deliver. And now with no outs and a man on, here's Cuevas. Double play depth up the middle for the Road Warriors. Pierre even with the bag at third. First pitch to Cuevas, way inside and low. Cuevas has to lunge out of the way and then runs through the batter's box to catch his footing. 1-0 the count. 2-1 Road Warriors lead in the bottom of the 6th. The Revs have 4 more hits than the Road Warriors, but they trail by 1 in the run column, the one that matters. It's been a clean played game, no errors for either team. Now Cuevas, who represents the go-ahead run at the plate. 1-0 the count. A look at first. Here's the pitch from Soto. Misses inside with a slider. It's 2-0. Cuevas a chance to come up big this AB for the Revs. Jose is a guy who's struggling a little bit at the plate since coming back to the lineup, hitting just over the Mendoza line. Does have 5 RBI. 1 for 8 with a run scored in this series. Cuevas twirls the bat, now gets it back up around his shoulder. Waiting the 2-0, here it is. That one catches the outer half. Breaking ball again, it's 2-1. The man on first is Mesa, he's singled. Revs trail 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The Revs have struggled to score in the middle innings for most of this season. They got 5 runs last night in the middle innings, but none so far today. And the pitch from Soto. Cuevas takes low and inside again. The count swelled to 3-1. The Revs got 5 runs in the 5th inning last night against the Road Warriors. It was tie for the 3rd most runs they've scored in an inning this season, and most in an inning against the Road Warriors. Now Cuevas steps back into the box. No home runs this season, but had a 2-homer game in spring training this season here at the bank. Now move over to first, and Mesa's already back to first before the throw gets over there. Not a big lead for him. Now Cuevas steps out of the box, looks down at third to Polo, looking for some signs. Now he steps back in, taps the plate a couple times. He's ready to hit. Soto bends at the knees, checking his sign from Wenrick. Another move to first, and Mesa back again. So Soto a little bit worried about Mesa over there, but he's not taking a big lead at all. Revs just 1 run in this one. They trail 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The Revs are 8-0 when they out-hit opponents. They're doing so today, but they're losing. And the pitch from Soto, that's in for a strike on the 3-1 pitch. Cuevas takes, and the count is full. No outs in the inning. Mesa on first. We'll see if he goes. The Revs want to put him in motion. The Revs stayed out of a double play earlier, and it led to a run when Tyler Clark took off on a 3-2 pitch to Jared Mitchell that he grounded over to first. Revs down 2-1, 3-2 count on Cuevas, no outs in the inning. The pitch, Mesa does take off. Cuevas spoils the pitch, out of play, foul. So Mesa will stop in his tracks and head back to first. Cuevas hitting An even .250 over his last 7 games coming in. He's played in 7 of the Revs' last 10. Singled in the second today and then hit into a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play with the bases loaded in the third. Sure, Cuevas would like to have that AB back. That was the inning where the Revs had 3 hits in a row. They also a batter walked, but they only scored 1 run. Soto comes set out of the stretch. Looks at Mesa. Mesa takes off again. The pitch to Cuevas is sent into right field, a base hit. Mesa around second. He'll stop at third. Second hit of the day for Jose Cuevas, and the Revs are in business. The tying run is 90 feet away. The go-ahead run is on first base. That's Cuevas, and here's Big Mike Burgess stepping to the plate. Jose Cuevas on a 3-2 pitch just dumps one over Melvin Rodriguez's head out at second. And now Rafael Montalvo, the Road Warriors pitching coach, out for a chat with his starter Soto. Revs still trailing in this one. It's a 2-1 game. That wasn't a hit and run from the Revs. The count was 3-2. Mesa wasn't trying to steal that bag. He was just trying to go in motion, and Cuevas made Soto pay on the 3-2. And now Soto will exit the game. Rafael Montalvo removes him from the game. He'll bring in another lefty. It looks like Luis Cruz. We're going to take a quick break on the broadcast. When we come back, we'll tell you about the new pitcher and reset the situation. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro, offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
The Revs are in business in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 lead for the Road Warriors, but there's no outs and runners at first and third for the Revs. Melky Mesa, leadoff single. Then Jose Cuevas on a full count pitch dumped a single over Melvin Rodriguez's head at second into right for a base hit. Mesa was running on the pitch. He got to third. New pitcher into the ball game for the Road Warriors is left-hander Luis Cruz. He takes over for Giovanni Soto, who leads after 5+ innings, still on the hook for potentially 2 more runs. First pitch to Michael Burgess is a strike on the outer half, a fastball. It's 0-1. Tying and go-ahead runs on base. Revs trail 2-1. Cruz into the game for the lefty Burgess. Now move over to first and almost caught Jose Cuevas leaning there, but he dives back safely. Rodriguez, the second baseman, and Martinez, the shortstop, are playing halfway, not necessarily double play depth. Third baseman Pierre about a step behind the third base bag. Valentin holding on the runner Cuevas. Now Burgess, a slow grounder out to shortstop. The throw comes home, and Mesa is a dead duck at home plate. Osvaldo Martinez fielded the grounder, knew right away that he wanted to come home. Mesa went on contact, and the Revs have the tying run thrown out at home plate. That stings. Cuevas gets to second. Burgess safe at first on the fielder's choice. Revs would have liked some more solid contact out of Mike there in the RBI chance, but he was facing another tough lefty. He did put the bat on the ball, but with the infield playing halfway, Martinez able to gun it home. He has a very strong arm. And Mesa cut down at the plate. Smart move to go on contact there, but it didn't work out. Now Witherspoon sees a strikeout, or half 0-1. Luis Cruz, 5'9", 205, left-hander from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Was with Joliet in the Independent Frontier League before this season. Now Spoon, ground one's up the middle for a base hit. Being sent around is Cuevas. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline, and the Revs will tie the game. Travis Witherspoon, a one-out base hit up the middle, just past the diving Melvin Rodriguez. And we're back where we started, a 2-2 ball game in the home half of the 6th. How about Travis Witherspoon getting something he could do something with on the 0-1 pitch? And this ball game is tied. Burgess up to second base. Spoon stopped at first. It's an RBI single for Travis to tie the ball game. Cuevas came around to score. And now Ruby Silva will get a shot, a lefty-lefty matchup with with Cruz. Ruby 0 for 2 today. The Revs have tied the game, though. It's 2-2. They now have 9 hits in the game. Home half of the 6th. Cruz checks second, comes to the plate. Silva first pitch swinging into right field, a base hit. Polo sending Burgess. Here comes Mike. Throw to the plate, not cut off, and at the plate, safe. Burgess is in, and the Revs take the lead. Going to second is Ruby Silva on the throw home. A game-leading RBI single for Ruby, and the Revs have come back from down 1, and they're now up 1 in the 6th. Michael Burgess, aggressive running to the plate. He took a big turn around third. An aggressive send from Polo. The throw from Fernandez in right field was on line. A good hop to Wenrick, the catcher. But Burgess just got in ahead of the tag. And just like that, the Revs are up on top. Now the infield comes all the way in for the Road Warriors. Runners at second and third, and just one out for Tyler Clark. So not only are the Revs in the lead now, they have a chance to pad onto this lead. An RBI single from Ruby Silva. Go-ahead RBI, and he stays hot at the dish. Came in hitting .429 over his last 6 and has another hit today. Now Tyler Clark with the infield all the way in. First pitch to he sees as a ball away. Revs now in the double-digit hit column for the 5th straight day. They have 10 in the ballgame. They continue to pound the baseball. The pitch from Cruz. Clark pops it up, shallow right field. The infield was in, so this could drop. Valentin out. He makes a basket catch behind first base, shallow right field. And that weathers the storm a little bit for the Road Warriors. Staying at third is Travis Witherspoon, an unproductive out for Clark. But again, the Revs do have the lead. It's a 3-2 ball game now. 3 runs on 10 hits. And here comes Jared Mitchell. The line on Giovanni Soto is officially closed. He works 5+ innings, gives up 3 runs, all of them earned, and he's on the hook for the loss right now. When he left the game, he was in line for the win, but his line wasn't closed, and now he's on the hook for the loss. Mitch Atkins right now, for the first time in a start this season, he has at least 3 runs of support behind him. He's in line for the win. In line for the win, even if he doesn't come out for the 7th. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Here's Mitchell. First pitch to him is a strike, lower half of the strike zone. It's 0-1. Game-tying RBI single from Travis Witherspoon, and a go-ahead RBI single from Ruby Silva has turned this game around. Revs entered the inning down 2-1. They now lead 3-2. 10 hits in the game for the Revs, and they're not done. Pitch to Mitchell. That one misses low. 1-1 the count. Revs looking for a sweep here today. They will take at least a 1-run lead into the 7th. But like I said, they're not done. Jared Mitchell up with 2 men in scoring position and 2 outs. Cruz comes set on the mound, looking for the sign from Wenrick. And the pitch. Mitchell almost clipped in the front of the jersey with it. He twirls the bat and flips it to himself as he takes the ball. 2-1. Jared Mitchell already 2 hits on the day, a double, a single. He also has a stolen base. Now a chance to add to the Revs' lead, give them some insurance. Mitchell this season hitting just 156 against lefties. That pitch is in for a strike. Mitchell didn't like it. And I should say that 156 number is against lefties coming in. He has 2 hits today against lefties. So Mitchell didn't like the last strike call, and the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Revs lead 3-2, bottom 6. Mitchell taking his time. Now he steps back in the box. Gets his feet ready. Open stance for Jared. Bat on his shoulder. Now he brings it up a bit. Cruz comes set, and the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3. Jared Mitchell, all he can do is look and just kind of walk away disgusted. Flips the bat, and the inning is over. But the Revs strike for 2 in the inning. Travis Witherspoon and Ruby Silva game-tying and go-ahead RBI singles, respectively. And the Revs have a 1-run lead. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Darryl taking back over the play-by-play. It's 3-2 Revs, another exciting one at Peoples Bank Park. Stick with us on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler Hot Dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler Bacon Wrapped Cheddar Dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Head of the 7th, it's a 3-2 Revs lead all of a sudden. Travis Witherspoon, the game-tying single. Ruby Silva, the go-ahead single. How hot has he been? Luke Westfall will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And Mitch Atkins, man, was he good the last 4 innings. Gave up just 1 hit in the last 4. 3 hits total in his 6 innings of work, 2 runs. Walked 2 both in the 2nd inning, which is the inning in which he really had his only bit of trouble all day. Westfall will face Isaac Wenrick first, and Luke's first pitch since last Sunday is a breaking ball over for a strike. And he's ahead, 0-1. Wenrick a walk and a strikeout today. He was the K-man and was struck out. Westfall, the 0-1, and a slider bites low. Atkins, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Westfall set to go. The kick, the 1-1, and a swing and a pop foul out of play, third base side. He retired his final 6 and 13 of his final 14. And that was after a 36-pitch 2nd inning. And when you have an inning like that, that can have lasting effects on the rest of your day. But Mitch did not allow that to happen. 87 pitches, 58 strikes. It's actually 42 pitches over his final 4 innings. That's very good. It's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Westfall strikes out Wenrick. Fastball at 96 to begin the 7th inning. Revs with the bullpen now looking to protect this lead. They've been terrific here of late, part of this recent turnaround. Had a good start here today.
Love seeing Luke coming out of the bullpen throwing that gas 96 miles an hour. And Mitch had the strikeout pitch going today, 6 punch outs. I mean, Mitch was fantastic. You mentioned the 42 pitches over his final 4. Really efficient.
Here's Alfredo Silverio. First pitch, breaking ball. That's a called strike. There's a light drizzle coming down, but
wouldn't be a Revs game without it.
Yeah, right. We've had that staff gathering in right field for a couple of innings now.
I didn't even know they were having another one today.
Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a high drive, deep left field. Dotel is back, turning, looking. It is gone. A game-tying home run. Alfredo Silverio out over the far corner of the arch nemesis. Dotel was waiting, hoping the newspaper would knock it down, but it never came back. And Silverio's 4th of the year, 2nd here in York, ties it up. It's 3-3.
Yeah, that hurts. And you know, I'm thinking to myself, coming into the inning, just don't give up a home run. I mean, not just Westfall this inning, but the rest of the game. They don't need any more opposing home runs. And the slim lead, you can't do that. And I'm sure Westfall wants that one back.
Here's Matt Hibbert now. He shows bunt and pulls it back. Westfall misses high. Hibbert a walk and a single today. The number 8 hitter in the order on base both times. So we start over. Revs wrestle that lead in the 6th inning, but now tied at 3. Now Westfall the wind, the 1-0, swinging a tap foul behind the plate. That was only the Road Warriors' 4th hit, and just their 2nd since the 2nd inning. Westfall was hurt by the long ball. His last appearance had the walk-off homer against him last Sunday, game 1 of the doubleheader at New Britain. Now the wind and the 1-1, swing and a miss, fastball to the outside, a good pitch there. Revs do get some additional bullpen activity now. There'll be a no decision for Atkins. Still in search of his first win, but today was one of his top 2 starts thus far. And Westfall ready. Here's the kick, the 1-2, and it just missed, down and away. They've really had some trouble with that low strike today, and Tim McCaffrey is going to hear it from the Revs side. There have been more than one that they thought were low on their hitters that were called strikes, and then to not get that one on Hibbert, who's only 5'10".
I don't know where that one was. I mean, that's right there.
That'll set him off a little bit. Here's the 2-2, and it missed down and away. So now Hibbert, who might have gotten a gift, ends up working a full count, and if he gets on, he is a speed threat. Hasn't been retired yet today. 3-3 game here in the 7th. Westfall ready. And the wind, the payoff pitch. Swinging a chopper left side. Wilson to his left. Gloves it from third. Fires to first. It's in time. And Westfall comes back to get Hibbert, who is put out for the first time this afternoon.
Big out right there, coming back after the home run and then the full count after what looked to be strike 3. Westfall, you know, easily could have let that get in his head, but he didn't and got a big out. Keep a speedy guy off base.
It's now Anthony Ray with the bases empty and 2 outs. Left-left matchup. Ray, a 2-run single in the 2nd inning and a sacked bunt in the 5th. 1-for-1 officially. First pitch is taken low. 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for York. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Road Warriors. Both teams now into their bullpens after pretty solid starts on both sides. Westfall with the 1-0, and that's a called strike down in the zone on Anthony Ray. He's 6'1", a little bit higher strike zone than Hibbert, but Westfall does get the knees called on that pitch. They play him the other way in the outfield. Here's the 1-1. And he tried to drag bunt and bunted right past it. A slider from Luke. He jumps ahead 1-2.
You're not going to be able to bunt a slider like that when you try to drag bunt it. A good pitch there from Luke, and I might go right back to that slider right there. And can ramp up that fastball, but the slider's been effective.
It is Gomez who's up in the bullpen right now. And Westfall the wind, the 1-2 swing, and he fouls it off third base side. Westfall the strikeout to begin this inning, now has 11 in 7 2/3 this year. Big time strikeout rate, but he'll take this third out any way he can get it. The wind has moved from right to left now, and there is a whole bunch of stuff on radar in the area. There's the wind, the 1-2, and it misses low. Fastball at 94. It looked like we would get a little bit of light rain and then a patch of fairly heavy, but fortunately, for the last half hour, it's been barely a drizzle from the time where we thought it was about to start. Here's the 2-2, and that misses down low. I guess what it goes to show me is that I can look at radar, but I can have no idea what I'm looking at. Everybody.
I don't even try to look at it. I don't even have any apps on my phone that can do radar. I just go with what the weather app says, and I trust that it's going to be somewhere close to it.
Here's the wind, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball down and away. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Westfall. But Alfredo Silverio homers here at Peoples Bank Park for the second time this season, and his solo shot ties it up. 3-3 stretch time here at the bank.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
If you are facing retirement decisions, Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group can develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, we will guide you on Social Security benefits, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, pension choices, and distribution options. We can explain employer benefit plans and retirement systems such as PESERS and TIACREF. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Bottom of the 7th, Revs will try this thing again, that being wrestling a lead from the Road Warriors, or in this case, retaking one. It's tied 3-3. Dotel leads off. Lefty Luis Cruz stays in, winds above his head. First pitch breaking ball is across for a strike. The Revs do not have their Luis Cruz catching today, so we won't have that coveted matchup. And as Dotel asks for time, trying to disrupt Cruz's rhythm. He came in and got all 3 outs in the 6th, but allowed 2 inherited runs. Pitch here is swung on and missed, a changeup. And Dotel on the backswing might have gotten Wenrick, who needs a moment. I'm not sure it was the helmet. It might have been the glove, the wrist area. Rafael Montalvo and their athletic trainer Jeremy Bender come out to check, but he says he's all right. Dotel 1 for 3, RBI single in the 3rd. Revs had singles from Spoon and Silva that produced runs off Cruz last inning. The runs charged to Soto. Silva, big left-on-left base hit to give him the lead, but briefly. Dotel, Wilson, and Mesa do here in the home seventh. The pitch and a slider in the dirt. There is nobody loosening for the Road Warriors. This appears to be Cruz's inning. And he's been their best. No record, but in 10 outings, a save and a 0.59 ERA. Now winds, deals, and a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strikeout to start the seventh inning. One down. That's his 20th strikeout in 16 2/3 this year.
Another guy who doesn't matter lefty or righty at the plate, he can get him on strikes. Dotel looked a little over-aggressive in that at-bat. But this would be a great spot for that Wilson homer I told you that was going down today.
Yeah. Get on board with that. Wilson 1 for 3, singled in the third. Did blast one here last night. We're tied at 3 in the seventh. The pitch, it's down low. Before Cruz gave up the 2 hits last inning, he had given up just 11 in 15 and a third coming in, and 18 strikeouts to only 1 walk. There's a fastball at the knees, a strike. He's been very good. 2 runs, 1 earned. That's all he's given up for the year. There's the wind and the pitch, and a changeup down and away. He has been kind of a long reliever. 15-plus innings in 10 outings. On the wind, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Change up there, down. It's 2-2. He's been kind of taking advantage of the Revs' aggressiveness from each of these first 2 hitters. Trying to get one that they can drive. There's the 2-2, and it misses outside. Good recognition from Wilson on that changeup. Mesa on deck. Revs today going for their first 3-game sweep of the season. They had a 2-gamer at Southern Maryland. 3-2 and a swing and a miss. Another changeup down. Cruz, who works quickly, gets Wilson to swing on that, and he's struck out both hitters this inning and 3 in a row overall.
They got any right-handers in that bullpen? I mean, Wilson is a right-handed batter, so I'm sure he likes facing the lefty, but my point is Soto and now Cruz, both devastating change-ups, and the slider from Soto is keeping guys off balance. It's just the craftiness of these lefties that's getting the Revs today.
Here's Mesa. First pitch curve stays away. The lights are not on. It's a darker gray day, but no complaint from the hitters. As Cruz deals, and a curveball clipped the outside corner, called strike. Cruz from San Juan, Puerto Rico. 9th round pick of the Astros back in 08. He's made it as high as the AAA level. And now winds the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball that bent down and in, and Wenrick shaken up on that one. And Tim McCaffrey calls for their trainer Jeremy Bender again. Wenrick banged up back there. I'm not sure where that got him. It's like they're looking at... Well, I'm not certain what they're looking at, but got him somewhere. Left ear or under the mask.
They're looking around the neck area. I don't know if it caught him weird.
Yeah, the ear should be covered, but there is a slim chance the one could get up under the mask and get a piece of the neck area. And see it often, but catchers do their best to keep that chin tucked down against their chest protector so that doesn't open up. And he will squat back down and stay in. Another off-speed pitch from Cruz to get a swing and miss. He's ahead 1-2 and has a chance to strike out the side. We're tied at 3 here in the 7th. And he winds, delivers. Breaking ball, chopped off the dirt, high at third. Pierre gloves it in front of his shortstop, and a long throw is just in time. Mesa speeding down the line, and they got him by a half step on that high chopper. 1-2-3, 7th inning for the lefty Luis Cruz. That'll send this game to the 8th. Revs and the Road Warriors tied at 3.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom. And look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Was it? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoe Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Start of the 8th, we are tied at 3. 3 runs on 10 hits for York, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Road Warriors, but 2 of their 4 hits have produced the runs that they've accounted for. Ricardo Gomez takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Top of the order. First pitch to Martinez. He chops one hop right to Wilson at third. He'll take his time, sidearm it across. And a 1 pitch out for Ricardo Gomez to begin the 8th. They have held Martinez 0 for 4 on the day. Gomez in his 8th game, he's gone 7 2/3 shutout innings coming in, just 2 hits allowed, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. I believe opponents 2 for 23 is what he's held them to coming in. First pitch to Rodriguez, that's a cross for a strike. That's based on very quick math, which is dangerous.
Well, you got to throw it out there as quick as you can sometimes and just roll with it.
Whether it's right or wrong, it's a different problem. Here's a ground ball poked the other way, and that's going to crawl through a slim opening on the left side of the infield. Wilson dove toward the hole from third, and then Cuevas went chasing deep in the hole from short, but it snuck in between both. And from the top 4 in the order, that's the first hit for the Road Warriors today. The top 4 now combined 1 for 14.
It's impressive, even now after just that hit, to hold the top of the order like that.
Here's Gustavo Pierre, long set from Gomez, fires, misses, high and away. Rodriguez at first base, he's 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts this year. Pierre has popped up and grounded out twice. Gomez sets, fires, and a swing and a miss, a slider that had him completely fooled. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster at Southern Maryland. There is no update, so I'm thinking that there's a delay at the beginning. Appears that they have not started yet as Gomez lobs over. Blue Crabs trying to sweep that series today. Sugarland up 7-2 in the 6th at New Britain. Long Island leads Somerset 7-1 in the 5th. Pitch and misses high and away. Snap throw from Clark, but Rodriguez was ready and on his way back. And it is now 2-1 on the hitter Pierre. There are no games in the league tomorrow. Memorial Day, an off day for the entire circuit. Tomorrow will be the 8th scheduled off day in the first month. And then there's like 1 in the next month.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Here's a breaking ball. Grounded. That's going to get through the left side. And back-to-back singles. Rodriguez up to second on it. A slider that looked like it flattened a little bit. And Pierre hit it into the ground, but right between third and short. And the Road Warriors potentially one more hit away from retaking the lead with first and second.
Well, coffee's just going to be the entirety of your bloodstream in June, isn't it?
Yeah, and yesterday was a bad move. I chugged my second cup before BP, and I went down and stood in 90-some degree heat. Wasn't feeling too swift. I went with the ice beverage this morning.
Okay.
Which is nice at this time
Wake
of
you
year.
up a little bit.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to try it, Michael. It's Jorge Fernandez, who's 0 for 3. And the pitch from Gomez. Fastball, that's across for a strike. Little light drizzle coming down. Crowd has thinned a little bit. Some, I think, expecting much worse rain, but the tarp crew has left their post, so the staff gathering is no more.
Just a short couple inning gathering today.
Just a group watch outing.
Got to have those for boost team morale every once in a while.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, right field. Mitchell in. It's down in front of him on one hop. And he'll toss into Silva at second. That particular single does not break the tie. Rodriguez had to make sure that it got down for a hit. But 3 singles in a row. And it loads the bases with one out. Geraldo Valentin will be the hitter.
It looked like Mitchell was going to have a chance to come in on that ball and make the grab, either laying out or racing through it, but a smart decision to play it in front of him and hold everybody to one base, because if that gets by, that's 2 runs. Maybe 3, depending on how quickly Spoon could have gotten over there.
Here's Valentin, the 5-hole hitter. First pitch, he swings, loops a foul back. Wind is picked up again, right to left here. Valentin 1 for 3, singled and scored early in the game. Gomez had given up just 2 hits in 7 2/3 coming in. Road Warriors, though, with 3 singles in a row. Here's the 0-1. Swinging, he pokes one softly at second. Silva gloves, reaches for one, and then drops it before a throw can be made to first. And after Fernandez had slowed down in the base path, once the tag was made, I don't think a throw to first would have been in time anyway. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Valentin, who hit it softly enough to score the run. Rodriguez across, and it's 4-3 Road Warriors.
That was never a double play ball off the bat. The Revs were lucky to get one there with the tag. But you're right, the throw to first wasn't going to be in time, and that's a ball where even if Ruby's maybe halfway there, still going to be a tough turn, but at least they get one out. Now a chance to limit the damage to just 1 run.
First and third, 2 outs. Wenrick at bat. He pops the first one up. Wilson toward the third base dugout. So is Clark on a sprint, and it lands about halfway up in the seats. Some of the Revs' new staff members getting ready for the between-inning game. And their first foul ball experience, they were trying to crawl into the cement to get out of the way.
They were good from the start there. They maybe not have realized that, but that ball was a little bit over them. But, I mean, you got to be careful around there. And, of course, Tyler Clark's running in that direction like it's going to be closer than it was.
Wenrick, a walk and 2 strikeouts on the day. Here's the 0-1, and it misses outside. The run on Gomez, his first allowed all year. And the Revs will be trying to come back in their final 2 at-bats here. Road Warriors tying it in the 7th, and in front in the 8th, it's become a seesaw battle. And Gomez now with the 1-1. Inside, Clark had to reach, and fortunately got the glove around it. Pierre at third, Valentin at first base. Road Warriors had a couple games at Long Island where they came back late only to see, or I guess the one game only to see the Ducks answer. The Revs will try to do the same. Here's a backdoor slider just outside. And it's 3-1. They won the first 2 at Long Island and then dropped the finale, but They battled back late to tie in that game. Gomez ready, the pitch. And a swing and a fly ball, center field, hit pretty well. Witherspoon going back straight away and deep, and he's got it. A shot to the front of the warning track in dead center field, and Spooney on the scamper got there, had to make sure that he kept his eyes on it the whole way in case the wind did any tricks. 1 run scores in the inning, 3 hits, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Revs trail 4-3.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking! That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
New pitcher is right-hander Jose Ortega. The Revs will face a righty for the first time here this afternoon. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. They trail 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cuevas, Burgess, who will get to face a righty unless they get somebody else loose in a hurry, and Witherspoon. Here down a run, trying to come back for the second time today. First pitch to Cuevas is outside all the way to the backstop. Ortega pitched last night a scoreless 7th inning, but did give up a base hit to Dotel and a couple of hard hit outs. He was fortunate to get through it scoreless. Cuevas today 2 for 3. Scored a run in the 6th inning. And the 1-0. That's across, a cutter for a strike at 93. He scored the tying run in the 6th inning. Revs were down 2-0 early, got 1 in the 3rd, took the lead with 2 in the 6th. It was the 1-1, and a swing and a pop-up behind short. Martinez heads out, calls off Pierre, the third baseman, alongside of him, and makes the two-hand grab. Ortega gets his first man here in the 8th, 1 down. Road Warriors then tying it in the 7th, retaking the lead with a run in the 8th. Here comes Burgess, who's 0 for 3.
Gets to face a righty though, so chance for him to hang in there and see a couple better pitches out of a right-hander's hand than he was getting out of a lefty's hand.
Ortega goes from the stretch and comes home, swing and a miss. Burgess pulled the trigger, a little above belt high, 94 on that. Ortega 0-1 in 8 outings, 6.10 ERA. Opponents have hit .319, 15 hits and 10 in the 3rd. Revs have 10 hits today, 5th straight game in double figures. But down a run, here's the 0-1, and that missed a little low, good eye.
This is probably a situation where Burgess is going up there, and until he has 2 strikes on him, He's trying to swing for the fence and tie this game. I mean, that's his role in this team, to put the ball to the ballpark, drive the ball as middle of the order guy. Even with 2 strikes, he may be swinging for the fences, that is.
Now the 1-1. Swinging, he chops one high off the dirt, foul into the Revs bullpen. Their outfield plays him pretty much straight up. So does the infield. They don't, at least in this situation, they're not messing with all the funky shifting that Lancaster did.
With a lefty on the mound, they didn't have to shift as much because kept Burgess trying to look the other way with it. Surprised they didn't do at least something with the infield here.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to reach down and away. And that was a change-up or a sinker or something of the like from Ortega. Revs have Van Meter up in the bullpen. The Road Warriors do have a lefty, Christian Flecha, but perhaps if Spoonie gets on, they'd bring him in to face Silva, who's on deck. Witherspoon here. He's 1 for 3. RBI single that tied the game in the 6th inning right before Silva gave them a brief lead. And Ortega the pitch. Fastball, and it's a called strike up around the belt. Maybe a smidge higher. Ortega from Caja Seca, Venezuela. He's got some big league time with the Tigers. 2012 is when he made his debut. The 0-1, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. 14 big league appearances over 3 seasons. Ahead here, no balls, 2 strikes, with the bases empty, 2 outs in the 8th. Revs trailing 4-3. Ortega has his sign. The 0-2 breaking ball hit in the air, right field. Fernandez freezes, now moves toward the line and in, and still on the move. He makes a one-hand grab fair as he crosses the line next to the Revs bullpen. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning for the righty Ortega. And if the Revs are going to do it today, they'll have to do it with their first walk-off of the season. We go to the 9th, trailing 4-3.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
The York County Solid Waste Authority is a proud sponsor of Go Green Night at the York Revolution on June 9th. The first 2,000 fans through the gate will receive a free eco-friendly cloth shopping tote. We call foul on plastic bags, and you should too. Visit www.ycswa.com for more earth-friendly tips. That's www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the 9th, Joe Van Meter comes on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 4-3, the Road Warriors in front. Van Meter pitching in back-to-back games. First time since coming off the DL. He struck out both hitters' face last night. And in his 6 outings, 1-0 with a 2.46 ERA. 7 1/3 innings, just 2 runs on 5 hits. Alfredo Silverio leads off. He tied it in the 7th. And Van Meter ready, fires, and a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Clark. Strike one. Atkins struck out Silverio twice, but in the 7th inning, he tied it up with his 4th home run of the year. And then the Road Warriors a run last inning for the lead. Here's the 0-1, and that misses a little bit low. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Revs will have Silva, Clark, and Mitchell due. And they do also have Casilla, Dent, and Cruz at their disposal today. Van Meter with the 1-1, and a swing and a fly ball straight away center. Witherspoon coasts over toward his left, and he makes the catch down around his hip. 1 up, 1 down, here to begin the 9th.
All 3 relievers for the Revs have gotten the leadoff batter they've faced, but different story after that. But Joe Van Meter just has to come in now and get the next 2 outs, keep it a 1-run game, and give the Revs a shot to win this thing in the 9th.
Here's Matt Hibbert. Walked, single, ground out on his day. He is getting more playing time with the Road Warriors. Didn't play much at all with Lancaster. And Van Meter the pitch. That misses high. Off tomorrow, back at it Tuesday against Southern Maryland. Including rainouts, I think tomorrow is the 11th day without a game since the season began. Here's a swing and a ground ball to third, and a clean pick on the backhand. Zach Wilson throws it across, 2 down. He was up on the grass with the speedy Hibbert at bat, and simply reached along his right shoe and made a clean grab on it.
Wilson's getting better at that backhand play. He looks more and more comfortable every day at third. It's a ball where he didn't look as smooth in previous games going to.
Here's Anthony Ray with 2 outs. And the first pitch, swing, and he flares one at short over Cuevas' glove. That'll carry out into shallow left center. Big turn. And Witherspoon will dare him for a moment. Ray thinks better of it. He'll stop with a single. He's 2 for 3. Drove into early in the game, so a nice day out of the number 9 spot. Here's Martinez at the top of the order, 0 for 4.
Can I have your autograph?
Why would you want
Why would you want that?
I got you, buddy. I got
you. 4-3 Road Warriors.
I'm signing a baseball right here.
That's a new one for during the game, but we'll be happy to do that. Here's a swing and a fly ball, right center. It's shallow. Mitchell coming in, and he'll put it away. So scoreless, top of the 9th for Joe Van Meter, and the Revs will need just 1 run to try to keep this game going. Bottom of the 9th, Revs coming up trailing 4-3.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you insure your car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the ninth, Revs need at least one run, 4-3. Ruby Silva will lead it off. The funky lefty, Christian Flecha, is on looking for the save. We saw him with the big leg kick the other night, going for his first save of the year. Although they do have other activity, and Silva a bunt, but right back to him. He fires to first, one down. Silva wanted to drag that one against the lefty, but the pitch was in, and he ended up bouncing it right back to the box. One pitch, one out.
I really like that idea there from Ruby. You have to be unconventional when you're facing a crafty lefty like this. He tried to drop one down. He was successful with it in Lancaster when he dropped down a bunt hit, but unfortunately, like you said, the pitch was in and he couldn't do too much with it.
Alexi Casilla will pinch hit here for Tyler Clark. First offering, and it floats over for a strike. That's that screwball, or I'm pretty sure that's what it is, from Flecha. 63 miles an hour. The next one, he throws it again, and Alexi scrapes a foul over toward Mitchell on deck. Meanwhile, it's gotten darker and darker here. Not the rain we were concerned about really has not been a factor. The 0-2, and a swing and a pop-up foul. That'll make it into the stands. Casilla at 297 coming in. First pinch hit appearance for him this season. And Mitchell will follow. Flecha 0-1, but a 2.08 ERA in 12 outings. And again, looking for his first save. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a high chop to third. One giant hop to Pierre. Guns it across. He threw it away. And Alexi dove for the bag, mostly to avoid Valentine, the first baseman, who tried to save it and almost leaped right into Casilla. It stays in play, so he'll be at first base, but the tying run is on a throwing error by the third baseman.
That's huge. Absolutely huge, and Casilla running down the line. It wasn't one where you can just kind of jog down and say, I'll get him next at bat. That's the tying run right there. Casilla busted it down to first. A nice dive into first base. Kind of just fell into the bag, trying to avoid getting hit in the head or the shoulder with a throw there.
It was graceful, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now Mitchell, he's got an extra base hit today. If he can find a gap, this game will be tied.
First error of the game on either side. And a throw to first. Casilla back standing. Flecha has got a funky pickoff move coming off that high leg kick.
He does have to be careful with that pickoff move, and it's one that could get away from the first baseman, Valentine.
Here's the pitch, and Mitchell taking all the way. It's a breaking ball. He thought time was called, and it looked like it was on the dirt, and they call it a strike. I don't know if he's mad about no time or the pitch being called a strike, maybe both.
I mean, did he call it a strike because Mitchell was out of the box? Because that looked like a clear ball low. That could be it, but yeah, Mitchell was out of the box. He thought he had time.
Oh, my.
It was not a strike.
A Flecha ahead of him, and a move to first. Casilla back standing. I don't know if he thought Flecha, I mean, he does work quickly, and he might have tried to get time to disrupt the tempo. Now down a strike, the 0-1, and a breaking ball grounded to second base, and Rodriguez has it, goes to second, the turn, not in time. Mitchell just legs it out, and the game stays alive by inches. Rodriguez had to go a half step to his left and throw back. And I think Mitchell would have been seeing red had he hit into a double play to end the game after strike one being called on him. That was a pitch maybe otherwise he would not have swung at, but he legs it out, keeps the game alive. Wellington Dotel to the plate, and Rafael Montalvo will walk to the mound. They have a righty getting ready. And Flecha may not be going for the save here with all righties due to bat coming up. We'll see.
Looks like he's going to take the ball. Yep.
He does. So pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's Andrew Johnston who comes in. And Mitchell is the tying run at first base with 2 outs. Now, one thing with a righty coming in, Johnston, and he's a big guy, 6'5". Maybe Mitchell tries to run here and get into scoring possession.
He might. He really might. And it's not even like you can fault the thought of doing it, because you need base runners right now, and you don't want to get thrown out stealing second to end the game, but moving into scoring position is that much more key, having him on second than first. And you mentioned the righty on the mound, a worthwhile thought, and I'm sure they will consider it. For Wellington Dotel at the plate, representing the winning run, this will be fun.
Flecha did have a pickoff of Mitchell on Friday night, but he gives way to Johnston. He's got 1 save, 1-1 with an ERA of 3 in his 10 appearances. He was a closer earlier in his career. Had 18 saves in his first pro season in the Pioneer League, 31 saves at AA Tulsa 1 year. An Atlantic League veteran, he has been around this block a few times with Camden and Sugar Land. Last year, 2-5 with a 4.79 ERA for the Skeeters. Dotel today, 1 for 4, RBI single in the 3rd. He is the winning run. And Mitchell on at first, who stole his 8th bag earlier today, is the tying run. Johnston last night a scoreless 8th inning. So back-to-back games for him. He needs just 1 out. But the Revs do still have life thanks to Casilla's hustle and then Mitchell's hustle. And here's Dotel, who's got a 10-game hitting streak and a 5-game RBI streak, both extended back in the 3rd inning. Here we go. And a move to first, Mitchell back standing. Johnston at 6'5", he does not have a very big stride. And same goes on the pickoff move, just a little turn of the feet. And he basically threw it while standing straight up. Now ready, short lead for Mitchell. First pitch is swung on, rolled over to short. Martinez to a knee, he's got it, and he'll throw to second, and that'll do it. Andrew Johnston comes in and records his 2nd save of the season, needing just 1 pitch to do it. And the Road Warriors come back in the late innings today and deny the Revs of their first 3-game sweep of the season. 4-3 is the final score. The 3-game winning streak is halted, and the Revs settle for 2 out of 3 this weekend, heading into 1 more off day on a Monday tomorrow before they get into a heavy stretch of games. Memorial Day off, back at it Tuesday against Southern Maryland. But as for this weekend, they will be forced to settle for 2 out of 3 from the Road Warriors, who win the finale today by a final score of 4-3. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips.